And good afternoon. Welcome to Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri. And it is the 2026 or 2025, 2026 Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour Invitational here at Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri. And Gladstone Bowl is the title sponsor of the tournament with video broadcast brought to you by Anderson Automotive in St. Joe. Ryan Ragland with you. And I have AVZ.
I got that nickname back just after college, working at a radio station in Lincoln, Nebraska. One of the other DJs started just calling me AVZ. I think I would initialize papers with AVZ. We were, incidentally, an ABC affiliate radio station.
There
and
you
at
go.
the top of the hour, every now and then someone would slip up and say, top of the hour from AVZ in Lincoln, Nebraska.
It's not RVD.
No.
It's not PDW.
No.
It's AVZ.
There you go. But so glad to be here with you again today.
Yeah, I mean, Mission Savannah, man. You missed a good tournament up there.
Yes, I was out of town. I unfortunately wanted to be there, but could not. I was up in Lincoln, of all places. And howdy, sir.
Howdy.
Dan, yeah, nice turnout here, man.
Yeah, very nice. It's going to be a fun tournament.
And I've got the format here. But man, you came up with a nice little format here.
This must have been some late night weekend.
Well, this was
on a napkin.
Me and
coming
Sam,
up with this format.
This was me and Sam at Buffalo Wild Wings, just talking. So, if everybody likes this format, I'm taking all the credit for it. If they don't, I'm going to blame it on Sam.
Well, why don't you explain what it is exactly here? I heard you try to explain it to the bowlers here.
So what we're doing today, all 36 bowlers will bowl 6 games, and those scores, the total pinfall, the bowlers will be ranked 1 through 36.
And that's in contrast to the usual 8 that
That's
they
right.
would bowl.
Normally we do 8 step ladder match, play the next day, and we're all done.
So you bowl 6 today.
Bowl 6 today.
Everybody comes back.
Everybody comes back, and this is sort of a copy of the St. Joe Classic. They used to do the pods up there for that, so we sort of took that, and we're sort of doing a hybrid. So
would you believe who came up with that idea?
I do not know.
I did.
You did? Okay.
So we're together in this one.
So then we can actually blame
Back
Alan
in the
if nobody
day
likes this.
when we were coming up with the
Yeah.
classic tournament for those that did not bowl in the Masters,
Yep.
but still wanted to bowl competitively in a high level tournament, and so everyone bowled, and then almost everyone came back the next
That's
day and
right.
bowled into pods with those advancing from there.
Yep.
So explain how this is today then.
So then we're going to take all 36 bowlers and we're going to rank them and split them into 3 pods, or 12 pods of 3-person bowlers, all men, so I can say 3 men. They're going to bowl 2 more games in the morning, and then we take the lowest individual in each pod is eliminated.
So 2 advance from each pod.
So 2 advance from each pod, which gives you 24.
Down to 24 now.
After the 2 games, we shuffle the deck again, divide those 24 bowlers into 8 3-man pods.
New pods.
And bowl another game.
Just one.
Just one. And after that, we take the low person out of each pod again, and that leaves 16.
So you're down to 16.
And then 16 go into a bracket.
Single elimination?
Single elimination, like bowler 1 bowls 16, bowler 2 bowls 15, and so
this
forth.
will be match play compared to what we've done before with just total scores.
Eventually we'll get to match play. One game bracket, 1 game in the bracket, and you have to survive 2 cuts, so you got to make it through both pods to cash. And if you make it through both pods, you're going to win at least $200, and the champion will get $1,750 tomorrow, plus a beautiful plaque.
So there will be today is just bowling for score.
Just bowling for score.
And to set yourself up for those final 2 games tomorrow.
Right.
Against everybody.
Yep.
And then from there, 24 advance, and that's where
36 to 24 to 16. And then single elimination brackets after that.
Well,
so it's going to be fast tomorrow.
It will.
It's going to be crazy.
And today will be even a little faster as well.
I mean, it's 6 games. Yeah, 6 games.
6
and we're
instead
done.
of 8.
So 4 on a pair too. So you're probably 25-minute games. I figure we'll be done in 3 hours.
Well, I won't have to cancel any dinner plans soon.
Yeah. So.
All right.
It should be good. Hopefully we'll have some nice scores today.
Well, just let's talk about scores throughout the season. Obviously, they varied by house a little bit, but every time I looked, there were some huge numbers put up.
Oh yeah, this was this was the highest scoring year we've had.
For some of the tournaments I saw, it took well more than 240 just to make the cut to step ladder.
So I went through and I tried to find all the honor scores, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got at least 10 300 games this year, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 800s, with an 853 by Tony Manna and an 834 by Brian Manini. I don't ever remember having this many 800s and this many 300s in a year before at all.
I don't think the houses are getting softer at all,
Yeah.
but just the quality of bowlers that are participating in the tour now has
better.
gone up.
Yeah. So it's been a good year. We'll start again in August. There'll probably be a Olathe Lanes East. I really haven't started working on the schedule yet. I think we're going to do a trios that weekend as well. Similar to what we did this year. And then we'll have a singles. I got to start working on that. I got to make calls. I want to try and get a new center, 1 or 2 new centers this next year. I need to work on sponsors. Next year, when we start in August, will be our 10th year.
That's amazing. That has
Yeah.
been a very fast 10 years.
Yeah.
And talking about the planning, I mean, this ends this season's tournament schedule, but you're starting on next year already.
Yeah.
Just it's a 12-month process now.
Yeah, and most of the centers that I go to, I usually, when we're done with the tournament, I say, hey, same time next year, and most of them already verbally said yes, but we'll reaffirm all that. But yeah, it's going to be 10th year, so.
I think another sign just that the popularity of the tour is that you are booked full for basically every tournament and have waiting lists.
Yep, it's nice. It really is. Getting 60 to 66 bowlers every event is really, really nice.
Talk
Makes
about
for
where they
great
all come
tournaments.
from. Where do they all come from?
So Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska. Once in a while, I'll get some guys from Texas to come up.
They have heard about us.
Tennessee, Arkansas. I would love to try and get more guys, from the Springfield area. They used to come up, but
Is there ever a thought of expanding the number of bowlers who can bowl?
Yeah, this next
In a year?
I did it this year. I had 66. I had 6 on a pair, so I could do 72 on a 24-lane center, and I'll probably do that next year because it worked. I worried about the pace,
Right.
but interestingly enough, there was not much difference in pace between 5 bowlers on a pair and 6 bowlers on a pair. So
Well, as long as you have 3 on one lane, you're still kind of waiting, aren't you?
right, so next year I might expand the fields to, to a max of 72 at a 24-lane center. We do go to a couple 32 and 40-lane houses.
You
so
can spread them out a little
There's
farther.
no problem there with
Right.
capacity. But yeah, no, it's worked out
A
really
good
good.
problem to have.
Very good problem to have. So we started this tour back, again, 9 years ago. The first year we averaged 15 bowlers per tournament. And, we were going to 8-lane centers, and we weren't even filling up 8-lane centers. So,
Well,
lots changed in
and just
9
look
years.
across today. This is the cream of the crop here, the top
Yep.
32 of those who bowled. And so give us an idea of what it took to qualify for today.
Well, so it's all based on points, and so everybody gets at least 12 points if they show up to bowl a tournament.
So you get some credit for
Just
appearing
coming,
and being
yeah.
there, and then more based on your performance.
Yeah,
Sounds like we're about ready to get
about
started.
ready to get going.
All right. Do you have duties?
I can stay for a minute. So this year, it took like 153 points earned to
How
make
many
it.
total tournaments did you have for the year? about almost a dozen, wasn't there?
15,
Okay, a little more. Yeah.
14, 15 tournaments. So how many lanes do you cover?
Good luck and good board.
4? Oh, 8 pair? Awesome.
As the tournament itself has expanded, the broadcast has expanded as well,
Yep.
just with the setup and the cameras.
So
And-
we got to compete against Bowl TV today.
It looks pretty good.
Bowl
Just-
TV is.
and
with
I was
the-
commenting on the
with the
graphics
Queens.
that are included. Look at that. There we go. So that goes back to last August. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 more. There were multiple tournaments a couple of those
So
weekends as well.
15 actual senior tournaments, and then the Invitational today. So
Right.
15 events. So we'll probably have close to that next year. That's the general idea. And Sterling already, Chris wants to have a 2-day deal in September. He's seen how well we did on Sunday there. He's like, I noticed that you're having 2-day events. He said, how about maybe we do a 2-day event next year? I said, well, we'll talk about it. I said, do you have junior bowling and stuff? He says, I'll give that up. That Saturday, I'll give that up for, so you guys can have the house. I said, that'd be great. So we'll see.
Well, Gladstone, the home of the final tournament the past several years here,
Yeah, this is 3 years now. And
been a good place to wrap things up.
yeah, they've been the presenting sponsor, and it's really nice of them. Get involved. Yeah, they're great food, beautiful center, so everything's good.
And
All right, well,
we
you
are
guys-
off and running.
Yep, you guys have a good broadcast. Have fun, and I'll jump back in a little bit later.
We'll get some updates from you as the day goes on, but 6 games today and not 8.
6 games. That's right.
I'm back.
You didn't go very far.
No, in fact, it worked out well because my son called me. He was hot as a firecracker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll just say that he drove someplace for a tournament, and they said walk-ins welcome. And he calls them, messages, make sure they have room. Didn't get an answer. No
Okay, how far of a
response.
drive was it?
I gotta say it's a good 45 minute.
Okay.
And he gets there, and they started turning people away
Oh, no.
from the walk-ins, but never had anything posted on the Facebook page or anything. He says, he goes, I wasn't asked, Dad. And I'm like, well, sometimes you got to get your point across.
Once you get in mind that you're going to bowl, and you get psyched up to bowl,
Yeah.
and you park your car, you get your equipment out, and you start walking in, you're ready to go. And then to get turned away like that, yeah.
Note to tournament directors. Don't say walk-ins welcome.
No.
That
Cover yourself a little
that
bit.
creates a problem. Now, if you don't have it full and people walk in and you can add people, hey, you got room. But,
Just don't advertise it like that.
if you're going to, you're going to say we're limited to this many bowlers. Reserving your entry would be, recommended or whatever. And I get it. If you're not getting an answer or anything, you're taking a chance getting there. I just don't create. I'm in a situation where I do not create a problem.
So he turned around and went back home.
Yeah. So we get back to the tournament. That's why we're here.
So do you have any early favorites
How do you not go with Don Breeden?
through the year?
Leads the points. Your top 5: Don Breeden, Doug Hergenrader, Steve Slocum, Tony Manna Jr., and Jerry Wiesendinger. I mean, that's a solid top 5. But then lefties do well here. I think what's going to be interesting is you have 4 in a pair, and only bowling 6 games.
Things will not change quite as much.
Yeah,
today.
your transition is not going to be as great because A, you're not going to have the traffic. B, you're one less game. So if you're putting 5 on a pair, you're talking 35 games on a pair. Now you're putting 4 and you only have 6. Now you're going from 35 to 24.
Down to 24.
So your transition here after 24 is basically going to be game 5.
Do you see that helping someone more than somebody else just based on the way they bowl?
I'm gonna say.
I mean, if there's any down and ups.
My other favorite's it's got to be Tony Manna Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Tony always bowls well here. He's always making a cut. He's always basically keeps himself out of trouble, starting further left than most people because that's his game. Soft with the hand, let it get through the fronts, and let it set on the back.
So
end.
even less traffic for him if he's
Exactly.
picking out his own line.
So I got to put Tony Manna Jr. in there. Don Breeden, just because Don Breeden can manipulate a ball and has enough trick layouts and equipment where he can get away with that. I'm looking on the left side, Steve Points, John Shaw. Shaw won one of the invitationals out here either last year or the year before. Steve Points is always solid out here.
Well, obviously, any of the 32 that qualified.
Yeah, if you're gonna look beyond the top 10,
Who's a sleeper pick?
my 2 sleeper picks, Brandon Leibel and...
Now, you said that just loud enough for him to hear as he was walking over here.
I was looking down.
So,
I was
okay,
looking down.
fair enough. He was literally just 6 feet away from you when you said his name.
I got to say Brandon Leibel and Kevin Rothloff.
Okay, well, keep that in mind.
Now, we do have a story about one of our bowlers that we're going to talk about once he gets in our shot.
Okay.
And I did tell him in Reno I was going to mention this multiple times. And he's down there, so we have a little bit of time.
So that's the scene setter there. We'll just have to wait
now
for
on
a
the
little
good
bit.
side of Reno, because a lot of these guys went to Reno after they got done at Lee Summit.
Right.
And I left for Reno the Monday after Lee Summit. So I saw a bunch of these guys here, like Sam Zeblin Jr. and Kevin and Brandon.
Kind of crossing paths while you were
Steve
there.
Slocum, Joey Finley, who all else? Kevin Rothoff ended up going 290 to close out his singles in Reno. I'm not sure what that gave him total, but I mean, you're going to shoot 290.
Boy,
that's pretty good for your reverse brackets.
For sure.
And that might be something I need to talk to Dan about, starting reverse brackets.
And right today, I guess just talking about if we're going to talk money, there was no entry for today. They did not have to pay to enter this tournament. They automatically qualified.
All this goes toward the sponsorship, or it comes from the sponsorship to be able to do this.
Now, there is some side action.
You always have the side action, but I'll tell you the one thing I like about this format that Dan was talking about earlier. You got guys coming in from Omaha, Des Moines. I'm not sure how, some guys are making the travel. The thing I like about it is they're bowling 6 games, but they're guaranteed to bowl tomorrow.
They do get to come back. So there's that chance that if you're just not quite on today,
hey,
that
you
maybe
could have a
tomorrow,
bad day and okay. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Say Tony, my 2 favorites, Tony or Don, have a bad day. And
don't bowl themselves totally out of it, but still just not as good as they're used to.
And they're coming back tomorrow. Do you want to be in a pod with either one of these guys pissed off because they bowled bad the day before?
When it's down to 3 in a pod, it's kind of,
and you got to deal with one of these.
Someone
two?
has to go.
Yeah.
If it's not him, well, then it's me.
Yeah.
So that yes, when you're down to bowling really 3-person match play in a game.
Now, one thing is going to be interesting, and I'm going to try to figure out some things. As you heard Dan talk about, excuse me, I may have to go find me a few long HDMI cords. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to figure it out, because tomorrow, when we have the 3-man pod play,
there will be 8 groups of 3.
All 24 lanes are going to be used.
Well, if there's 8 groups of 3, eventually all 24 will be used. But with the 8 groups of 3, that would be 16 pairs.
Well, on round one,
or
it's going to be 1 through
pairs.
24.
Right.
And then round 2 is going to be 7 through 22. Okay. So that's just through the 2 rounds of qualifying. That's the first 3 games. And then when we get into the bracket match play, it's going to be 7 through 22. Well, I can leave, I'm thinking this through as camera coverage.
Right.
Okay.
So it'll be spread out from 7 to 8 down to 21 and 22.
But the second round is from 9 and 10
to 17 and 18. Or
no, I'm talking about
round.
here.
Oh, second
9,
round, yes.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, then they move it to the other side.
Yeah.
Totally other
so
side.
you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Right.
13, 14. So they're going to be down there. They're basically going to be on the like the middle 8.
And they'll be moving down
Right.
as the rounds advance.
So you're going to have, I'm going to have to get a camera. I'm going to have to get a cord long enough. I'm going to have to do some measuring. So I can leave my computer stuff here, but get a camera down there with the cord long enough,
right,
so that I can cover those 4.
The quarterfinals are from 9 to 10.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And then the finals end up on 19 and 20. So, yes.
Right. 15,
so that's
16,
going to be a
right.
little bit of jockeying there.
So 15, 16, 17, 18. So I can move stuff over and kind of work some angles. And then when we have our championship
The
on 19 and 20,
yeah.
that's what we normally do. In fact, that's the camera that I have, and I got to try to remember to keep switching those. Let me do this. Boom, boom. There we go. This is the camera that we're going to use for 19 and 20. I'll have it offset and everything. But I got to make sure I talk to Dan. Say, okay, you got to give me a little time. I mean, I know these guys want to bowl, but I want to get the coverage.
Just like the NFL, the coverage takes precedence over.
We're going to have a media timeout, damn it, and I am the media timeout. But so that's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, there's
get this set in my head. Yeah,
pre-produce it.
I know a 25-foot cord I have, so I'm going to have to get a tape measure like from the back or something. And go, okay, do I need to go get another 25-foot HDMI cord? Do I need a couple couplers or?
Yeah, there's going to be some distance you'll need to cover one way or another once we get to tomorrow and the pods, and then eventually to the match play brackets.
But that's things I can take care of. But basically, if you didn't hear what the format was in a nutshell. 36 bowlers, top 36 in points that were able to bowl, bowling 6 games today, and then they're going to get cut into 12 3-man pods. They're going to bowl 2 games, low man out for each pod.
So nobody is cut for tomorrow?
Nope. Low man out of each pod is out.
One game?
2 games. That's 2 games.
It's 2 games for that.
Round 1 is 2 games. Round 2, the 24 bowlers will get reseeded into 8 3-man pods, and they're going to bowl 1 game, low man out.
And then you're down to 2 from each pod.
You're down to the 16.
8 pods. That's 16 that'll be seeded into brackets.
Now here's the thing. I should have. Maybe I'll take a picture and get this loaded up. Maybe I should do that. In fact, I'll get this done here in a second, because I'll email it to myself. But trying to. Oh, I can do it this way. This is when you're happy you have Photoshop on your computer. I'll get that email to myself. But what's interesting is on the bracket play, you're going to be on one side of the bracket and the other side of the bracket. So you can actually look on who's your side of the bracket, and kind of like the
Get a
Sweet
feel.
16.
Sure. Oh, it's exactly what it
like
is. It's
like
the
you know,
Sweet
like the
16.
Sweet 16. You look at the four people that are on in your pod or your little grouping.
See your path to the finals.
Yeah. Who do I need to go through? If I can win those two matches, I'll deal with whoever I have in the third round. So that's what makes it kind of interesting. I like it.
It's going to be fun. It'll be fun to see how this plays out and see what the feedback from the bowlers is as well.
Actually added 3 more bowlers because you had 32 last year.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have 36. Yeah, and 36 with Rafe Terry. He's driving all the way from Larned, Kansas.
So question.
And if you know where Larned, Kansas is, that's a drive.
Say he does not bowl well today, and oh my gosh, I got to come back for 2 more tomorrow, kind of thing.
He will.
Oh yeah,
he ain't going nowhere. And I'll tell you what, that's the thing about Rafe Terry. If he has to bowl me in bracket play or whatever, he's going to win. I don't know what it is. I think I bowled Rafe like 3 or 4 times.
There are some bowlers that you match up against, and it's not like football or basketball where offense, defense, or anything like that.
I beat Brian Manini. What was it? I beat Brian Manini in Topeka. How many years ago? I beat Brian Manini, and then I get to Rafe, and I didn't stand a chance. And Brian Manini, we all know how good he is. That's just Brian Manini. In fact, you know what? I haven't even seen Brian Manini.
I have not since I've been here either. No.
Is he not bowling?
Look at the list.
He's not bowling.
He may have had some other commitment.
He
I
must
don't know,
have had.
Wow, that's a surprise.
But yeah, if I bowl Rafe, I'm done. I might as well just, here you go. My hope is to stay clean just so I had a professional game and go, well, I made my spares. I filled frames.
That's right. Had a clean one. We are getting toward the end of game 1 of 6 here, and I'm just scanning scores. We've had a few bowlers with some pretty long strings.
Yeah, and here's the Hey, and we need to find out. Hey, Bob, we gotta get Bob over here. Number 1, Bob Hefner's here. Number 1, where's the barbecue? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry,
no,
man.
I don't want to hear it.
I was hoping to be bowling.
You had to hesitate. That gives me the answer. Now, number 2, is
Burn
Zach
ends
going to
are
be
in
here
the
this
freezer.
weekend?
Is what?
Zach going to be here this weekend? Reason being,
He was going to be here next week. He came back home and then went back out on the road.
oh, okay. Well,
I think he went to Wichita.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not happy with Zach. I am not happy with Zach, and I will tell him about it.
What did he do?
He didn't thank us when he won his 2 freaking titles. Who the hell do you think got him over the edge to win his 2 titles but the broadcast of the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour? Come on.
I sent him out on the road at the beginning of the season with a bunch of burn ends and a pan of mac and cheese, and I didn't get a shout out from him either.
Well, then you'd ought to be pissed.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, between your burn ends and mac and cheese and him, us giving him the luck for being on the broadcast for the finals. Come on, guy, give some local love here.
Really?
Good Lord.
But I will check and see if he's going to be here tomorrow.
Well, if he's going to be here, just prepare. Tell him to be prepared for an ass chewing. It's going to happen.
I won't give him the heads
You
up.
won't give him the heads up.
That could be his surprise.
I will be as stone faced to him as I was to you, and he'll just sit there and go, "What did I do? I had a great year, dude. What are you talking about?"
He'll have the deer in the headlight.
Yeah,
look.
he will. Well, he's from Canada. They'll be more like the moose in the headlights.
The moose eyes are above the headlights.
And moose don't move any. They're on the road. They ain't moving. The deer just jumps in front of you. That's the difference in those two. So, are you gonna bring like some of the stuff tomorrow for us to nutritious on? That would be a no.
Maybe.
Man, you pause.
What's it worth, brother?
What's it worth? I got you on the air, man. It's good luck. Zach even proved that.
I think
Means it's going to be a good summer for you.
I could fix you up.
You could hook a brother up.
I could hook a brother up.
Now, how's your coleslaw? Because one of the things I love more than anything else when it's barbecue is the Carolina with the pulled pork and the slaw on top of it, doused in the sauce. Oh,
I make a creamy coleslaw.
a creamy coleslaw, nice.
I'm not a fan of vinegar personally.
Well, now here's the thing. Now see, we're off the bowling deal, and wait, Kevin, is that Kevin coming up in the right lane? Oh yeah, we got a 300. No, 290. 280.
280. 280 on the sheet.
Oh, and this is Richard Crocker going for 280. And you know what? I didn't even. I mean, he goes 280.
That's 280.
People, you got to jump on me to get these cameras switched over. But here's the thing I've learned about like macaroni salad, potato salad, beans, coleslaw, stuff like that. There are so many different ways to make it. It's all interpretation.
It is.
There is no exact rule. There is no absolute way to make any of those.
There is not. There is a variety of ways it can be
So
done.
how the hell do you go to a barbecue contest and say these are the best beans?
Good question. If
I-
they're all good,
It's all interpreted on your taste buds.
my thoughts on the barbecue contest.
Rig,
If my family loves
Rick,
it, my
Rick.
friends love it,
yeah.
I'm a winner.
There you go. I'm gonna throw a plug here for a good friend of mine. You ever go to Iron City?
I have not been there.
Go to Iron City. Go to Tattooed Barbecue
Tattooed barbecue?
in Iron City.
Okay.
A friend of mine, Danny Hawkins, and his girlfriend. Danny quit his job to go full-time making barbecue.
Nice.
He's done a great job. I went and tried his stuff. Good stuff. They even have one, I can't remember what it's called, grilled cheese with pulled pork in the middle of it.
Ooh.
And then you dip it in the sauce. Dude, I'm telling you. She said it's her favorite, and I go, well, it's mine too now.
Well, because cheese is one of the major food groups. So
It is.
Everything's good with cheese.
So anyone, go to Iron City, go to Tattooed Barbecue. You can't miss it. Tell Danny Hawkins, Ryan Ragland sent you. I'm just a free plug, helping a guy out. Good stuff. Go try it out sometime.
Is it worth the road trip?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Iron City's pretty cool. I mean, you can sit there and get some barbecue, and they got a beer garden right across the way from it. Beer and barbecue. What's wrong with that day?
life is good.
Life is good. There you go. So yeah, see if Zach can show up tomorrow. Don't tell him. I'm gonna play a major trick on him. I'm gonna get the moose in the headlights whatever we called it. So anyway,
Let me just text him.
text him, ask him. Yeah, say his presence is requested tomorrow if he's free. Anyway, and then Adam's over here. It's like, AVZ's
No,
back.
I was just getting hungry.
Getting hungry.
Getting hungry. So game
I probably
one
set
is
I probably
complete.
set you over the edge with the grilled cheese with the
Pretty
pulled
much
pork.
did it.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's what I
much did
said.
it there. Boy, we see several very, very high scores already.
57, 80,
58,
58,
57
50,
again.
Yeah,
And that's just
Another
on
57.
just a couple of pairs
that's
here.
just two pairs.
Maybe we're on the hot pairs.
Yeah, and then we'll go back over here. I'm not sure.
Not as
See,
much
and this is-
on 19 and 20.
This is what I hate about this Brunswick program. And I don't know if they can work with the colors and everything. And we're just going by the 8 lanes we can see in front of us.
The contrast is not there.
It's not good
You got to squint a little bit.
because anytime you have white lettering on a light colored back, you're not going to see it that well. Now you change the highlight to white with black lettering. That's better. But what works better is a dark
background.
Dark background with white lettering.
Bright white letters.
Because that
and
way
numbers.
it doesn't. You got it hooked up, Bob.
So just
Uh-oh.
a couple more lanes wrapping up their first game still.
He's texting. Will you be at KC tomorrow for the Senior Invitational at Gladstone? I like how you put Zachary. Not Zach, but Zachary.
I think that's how it just came across.
Yeah, he's texting. He did have a good year, though. I'm in Wichita for Brooklyn graduations. Hey, congrats on the grad.
The lady is important.
You got to keep her happy. So, but yeah, tell him you ran into us. We wanted to tell him congrats on a great year.
Yep.
Doubles and singles, that's a huge deal.
Good deal. Yep.
Yep. But yeah, scores are quite well. You shoot 250 and you almost feel like you're losing ground on a few guys.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Well, and then say you just have a professional 210 or 220. Keep it clean, not get some carry, and all of a sudden you're down quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to. Let's see here.
Well, with the high scores on
There we
21 and
go.
22 and 23 and 24, 19 and 20 was not as good. The high score there only 215. And going on down, we'll have to compare some of the lanes, but maybe we found the hot lanes to be behind this year.
Well, it's quite possible. And also, if you're watching, drop us a line. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the share. Let everyone know that the qualifying for the 6 games is on. And we'll, I don't know what the skipping sequence. Hey, Rafe, how many pairs are you jumping?
Looks like 2 pairs.
Just one? Okay. All right, so they're skipping 1 pair, so we'll be able to get everyone on here at some point today, which is good. And that was kind of the thing I was wondering about, because they're running 7 through 24, so I wasn't sure how many of them we were going to.
They'll eventually make their way to us.
Yeah, we'll get everybody at some point. And I think I counted there's going to be 3 pairs that everyone will not bowl on. So, but yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting. Going back to the Missouri seniors, and huge thanks for Dan for letting us use the channel to broadcast it on. Uh-oh, look who's back. Julius? Hey, Julius, you better keep her on a tight rope. Julius Mickles' wife's out here. Oh, you always know when she's around. But that was pretty fun stuff. We for an 8-lane center, that place is great.
Where is this again?
Over at Savannah.
Oh yeah,
Savage
Savannah.
Lanes
Oh,
in
definitely.
Savannah.
They've done a great job. Now, they had a fire there
A while back.
5-6 years ago, maybe or
Yep.
so, and then had to rebuild much of it.
He
all
actually
new
said,
equipment, all new everything.
and he actually said he's looking at putting in another pair of lanes, which he said obviously if he does that, he's going to have to put synthetic lanes in.
Right.
But evidently, to what he told me, and they have wood lanes there, if people haven't been there, is that they haven't even flipped the lane beds yet.
Since the redo.
No, I think
Oh.
since those are original lanes.
Okay. Okay.
They
Yes,
haven't
them.
even they
Yes.
haven't even flipped the lane beds
Wow.
over to resurface them. So they still got. I want to say in the sense of no more lineage that they have. Christ, they
And-
could go another 30, 40 years on those lane beds just flipping them over.
And for the 8-lane center, they have a lot of leagues there.
They do.
They do really well with league bowling there.
And a lot of what they have is primarily leagues because being a smaller town, but but then again, in a smaller town, they're not going to have.
And plenty of people from St. Joe drive up there.
Oh, yeah.
to bowl. Well, they are in the St. Joseph USBC.
Right.
They are a part of it.
And but yeah, that's a nice. If he gets another pair of lanes on there, and obviously he can fill them if he's going to do that, because that's going to add you at least 8 to 10 more bowlers per league.
You bet.
So that does nothing but kind of pay for itself. But kind of a good thing of being a smaller center and a smaller community, you're not going to have all the expense. Now, granted, it's a pretty decent expense to put synthetics in, but it's the least expense if you're doing both approaches and the lanes, because that way you don't have to
Do it all at once.
pull up the
Right.
the fronts and get them to drop down enough so that when you put the synthetics on there, the synthetic has that overlay and you're using the wood approaches. So that works out too. But yeah, that was huge. Like I said, huge thanks for Dan for letting us use the channel to broadcast that, and that was a great time. That's good stuff.
They need the more lanes for those kind of that
Right.
For when the Masters tournament, for instance, if you're stacking 4 guys on each lane and they're bowling 8 games,
Well, and
that turns out to be a long day.
Yeah, and it did make a long day for Saturday because you had 2
And 2
blocks
shifts.
of.
The what? What'd you say?
We were in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, Julius is already like, it's already started. But
yeah, when you need, and especially a tournament like that, you kind of want it all in one
and
shift anyway.
I think it goes to Revolutions next year.
It does.
So it's only going to be
I believe so.
one.
Get it all done at once.
So I'm already trying to think, okay, how am I going to do this? Because I'm trying
Easier to broadcast when there's only 8 lanes.
Well, it's easier to broadcast, but I got to remember to, if I add another camera,
Right.
now I've got
Remember to keep clicking.
and I wish there was a way to just
Need a director to hit the buttons for you
every X amount.
as the broadcast expands.
I need to hire a technician,
Somebody to direct
a
the show.
a producer.
right.
That's it. But we're waiting on Dan to get the after first game scores up here, and I guess I need.
We'll see how those high numbers on the final 2 pairs here compared to what happened upstream a little bit, because we had we had 4 or 5 scores at 250 or above just on 2 pairs down here where we
Right.
are.
And the other thing I thought was kind of interesting, Brian Manini is selling off his center.
His other center that he owns to focus more time on the St. Joe.
I think that's a smart
Revolutions.
move.
I think so. You
His
just spread
drive
yourself
from here
pretty
to
thin.
there
That's a long haul.
And that's not a bad center. It's got Anvil Pro lanes and everything, and
He's made St. Joe home since
Yeah.
he bought the center. He really has. Him
I-
and his wife.
and I don't know. I don't think that was the plan when he purchased St. Joe, but St. Joe was a turnkey.
It was. Well, he put $500,000 into it.
It was turnkey, and there was a lot of room for improvement.
There sure was, right.
Not that the past owners didn't want to do
No,
anything.
the center had been operating and it was fine. And
But
he
it's-
came in and really invested in it.
Yeah, and I think the good thing is when you have a quote bowler in the sense of someone that
A bowler instead of a
That-
business person.
that is but also he knows what not only the avid bowler but the serious bowler wants. He knows how to mix that together. So I think that was a good move. And I'll even compare it to, I've got some friend of mine that own it used to be a Tasty Freeze, but now it's a restaurant, and they opened up a liquor store in the same town. It's already up for sale, and it's only been open like 2 or 3 months, and they
Wow.
didn't realize.
It's a different kind of animal.
Even has it listed reasons for selling. We already have a restaurant, and this is more than we thought it would be. And
It
You
is
know.
a totally different kind of animal. And just Brian and his wife as they put the money into the St. Joe Center Revolutions.
Yeah.
They were invested in it financially and emotionally for it to succeed, and they've done a great job
And
with it.
promotion-wise, what
Oh,
they
you bet.
do is, what they do like on TikTok and stuff. Even, it was kind of funny. I'm trying to figure out here. There we go. I even got, after we bowled the tournament, the non-champions and the regular open there for the Northwest Missouri tournament. They even got a shot of me while I was bowling. I was even able to freeze frame it enough, and then I put it on Chat GTP to kind of do a.
Then let the algorithms do their thing.
Oh my God! Yeah, actually, but it made me look like I was pissed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, what the hey? Let's see.
Did you ring a 10-pin then, or must have been something?
Oh, that on that one? That was the last shot of. I wonder. I should have him.
And once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
It's there forever. At least it was, something that looked decent. I have to go back this way. Boom. There we go.
Look at that.
Made me look pissed.
Just serious. You're just serious. You're deep in thought and you're concentrating.
Maybe I
on the
need to
shot.
email that to myself, put it on there, just to show what Chat GTP can do.
I like it. I like it.
I do. Makes me look like I have a little more hair than what I actually do up top. So maybe I need to.
I was just looking back at the 36 who are here today, and what I've noticed as this tour has grown, the number of super seniors that are bowling today. If you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, they're more,
About
almost 15.
I was gonna say over a third.
Yeah, almost 15 of the 36 are super seniors, which is 60 and above, correct?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Including 3 of the top 5.
well, and what I always say for people that want to come bowl this, that just turned 50. Don't think you're coming in here and you're just
taking
gonna
over.
Run amok. It's not going to happen.
It doesn't work that way.
No. And you're talking about super seniors. Well, take the top 3 of the first.
3 of the 5.
3 of the
top
top 5 are super seniors. Well, then if you want to go 10, half of them are
Yep,
super
5
seniors.
Of 10. Yep.
So just let that.
The young pups coming in, they'll be taught a lesson. Maybe.
They will, and it just doesn't happen that way. So I'm trying to get. There we go. There, I'm gonna get these sent to me, and I'll show you what Chat GTP can do, and plus I have the bracket layout for tomorrow.
It's going to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll put it on Photoshop and kind of turn a little bit and crop it, and
Be able to put some names in there once we. Well, no, you won't. Not tonight. You won't.
no, not tonight. Well, I mean, I guess I could tonight.
Well,
but I'll try to.
you can put the pools.
Well, and
The,
yeah,
of
and
3.
here's the thing. My Photoshop is only on this computer. This
It's a
computer.
little occupied right now.
It's and it's. I don't have Illustrator on it. I could, but maybe I'll try to put some names in or something on it or whatever, and kind of try to update it. I don't know what Dan's going to have, but I figure if I can get it big enough so that I can do some editing with it. Maybe I can do some. I don't know. Let's put it this way. I remember very little about Photoshop. I know enough to do a few things. When I was using Photoshop a lot, repetitive usage in my brain works out well. If I'm not using it, I'm forgetting
Forget it pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah. And muscle memory, bowling. Go figure.
Looking at the scores a little bit on the lanes that we are covering, I see a spare in 4 in a row down on 17. I'm not sure who that is.
Which one?
On lane 17. There's a spare in 4 in a row.
Trying to see. Yeah, I see.
Oh, there he is down there now. I'm not sure who that is, but he's
looks
up.
like,
He's
oh,
up
that's
on the lane right
Dursler.
now. Okay.
Yep.
But then
Mr. Dursler to the front 4.
there's the front 4 on 20.
I see. We got over here on the. We'll go back to over here in a second.
And there is 8 in a row on lane 24.
John Schieffer with the front 8, so we'll have to
We'll
keep
keep
track of him.
Yep.
In fact, oh, come on.
Not much happening on 21 and 22. They're all struggling a little bit.
Well,
Julius's wife cussing out a 7-pin that he just left. And this game 2
There we
of 6
go.
today.
see if I'm going to see if I can. I'm not signed out. Come on. Yeah, I'm trying to. I need to get the. Trying to get this stuff over here. Well, I'll tell you what, this stuff is taking forever to
A little
load.
slow internet today.
Samuel with the fast 8.
He's struggling
He's been.
this game.
I was working with him when we were in St. Joe at Revolutions, and he was talking about having problems. Danny Bradley with his dead flush on 21, Mr. Swag. I'm going to start calling him Swagoo. I'll tell you a story about that. Swagoo. He's not throwing the Swagoo anymore. He's throwing the Transformer. The deal with Danny is a guy gave him a swag bowling ball, and I haven't seen much out of swag. And I said, you can't make that thing do anything.
Do you have 23 and 24 up? John's
Yep.
up in the 9th here.
Yep, I've got.
There he is. He has the front 8. I'm not sure what he had the first game. We haven't gotten. Not yet. Still waiting for the first game scores from everybody. Up at the 9th with the front 8 and right there.
Bang. What the hey are we doing here? I do not.
Meanwhile, on 16 or on 18, who did you say that was? I'm sorry, I don't recognize him.
Oh, Derek Dursler.
Okay, yeah, he has
Yep.
the front 6 now on lane 18. And now has 7.
Oh, that ball checked early. 560.
Already we can see it's going to take some very high scores.
You better get what you're going to get and get it quick.
So even though you do have 2 games tomorrow, you can't fall too far off the pace because there's really only so much room you can
Yeah,
gain in
there's
2 games. You can gain some,
Well-
but if you're on a cusp, but you can't fall too far behind today.
Yeah, the other thing is
Okay, here comes John Schaefer in the 10th now. Lofted that one out pretty good, but
That looks like he's throwing the full effect, the new
right
hammer.
in there.
And he's getting a little bit of loft on there. He's taking care of whatever fronts that may be going on. He's not letting it happen.
It was intentional, that's
Yeah.
for sure. So now up in the 11th frame. John Schaefer on 24.
Looks good.
Right there
Bang.
again.
He's
No-
making
no
that ball look
question on
pretty
any of
good.
these.
That ball not only looks good, it's and John qualified 13th for the season overall. You see him take that deep breath right there?
A little extra time.
I'll tell you a little secret I learned about that.
And here it is.
Got it right.
Got way out.
Yep, got it
Got-
right. Burned up just a pinch, but nice game. by John
299.
Server. Yep, that'll set you up nice. The one thing that Mike Shady, a friend of mine, and if you know Mike Shady, one of the best coaches you're going to have, this guy does exactly what he preaches. And I'm sitting there looking over at him when we were in Baton Rouge last year for Nationals, and I look over, and he teaches taking a deep breath as soon as you right before you're throwing the ball, and he does. He'll sit there and he'll get set, and you'll see him just take a nice deep breath, pause, and then he goes.
It's almost like how they teach you shooting a gun. Exhale, get
Don't
still.
take a deep breath and hold it.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I can't figure out. I don't know why I can't figure out how to get these to download.
They are on your computer now, or did you put? Yeah,
Yeah, they're on the
they
computer.
made it there.
Yeah, but it's on the email. But I'm like, where's the download stuff?
Down arrow there? No.
No, that's just next.
No, that's. Huh. Is there a save as?
Usually you have.
This is Yahoo Mail. How about you right click one of them?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, have to do it that way.
Kind of an extra step, but at least it gets there.
Yeah, I was trying to hope not to do that, but
So we are coming up on the end of game 2, already a third of the way through today. Again, bowling only 6 games in this format instead of 8. Again, the bowlers bowling 6 today. All of them will come back tomorrow for 2 more, and then that is when the cutting begins. And if you heard us earlier, from 36, it will go down to 24 after 8 games, and then a couple more eliminations to get down to 16 that will enter a single game elimination bracket.
I get to looking at this. I didn't
Look at you.
realize. Yeah, it makes it look like I forgot to shave.
Little shadow there.
Little peach fuzz going on there. I
Little
didn't-
extra shadow.
Yeah, these scores are already going up. I'm trying to see who.
So we have the 299 from John Schaefer here, and that is really the only high score on that pair. On 21 and 22,
I
they
think
still have
this
a little
is,
bit to go.
Dave Kuchera goes spare 6-bagger, who's up to bowl right now on 19. And
Steve Points is also on lane 20. He's got a 152 in the 8th, it looks like.
yeah, Points is the lefty that I thought was going to be pretty solid. And that, you know what, being like one of the few lefties, it's either a good or a bad deal. You're not going to have the traffic. So
if you don't start out good,
if you don't start out good, you're going to have
Then
to
you're-
make your own. And if you're starting out well, you're probably going to do pretty well the rest of the time. So see if I can get. There we go.
She sent me $9. Wait a minute. She put 7 on one side and
Well, let's see here.
7
In fact, let's do this. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to wait for Dan to get some scores. We're going to play a little bit of music. I'm going to see if I can get.
I'll go for scores. I'll see. If you'd like, I can do that.
And I'm going to try to see if I can get this figured out and get the brackets posted to show you what's going to happen tomorrow. And we'll let them finish up this game. And we'll be back in a few minutes here at Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri for the 2026 Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour Invitational. Brought to you by Gladstone Bowl video broadcast, brought to you by Anderson Automotive. And we'll talk about some of the other sponsors in a little bit. So stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes from Gladstone Bowl. Ryan Ragland back with you at Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri, the 2025-26 Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour Invitational here at Gladstone Bowl, with Gladstone Bowl being the title sponsor of the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour, with video broadcast provided by Anderson Automotive in St. Joe. And AVZ will be back in a little bit. He's doing getting some other things, maybe a little socializing. And we hadn't received the game one scores yet, and I just received the scores after game one. And the scores that we saw 1-2-80 Richard Crocker, and then we saw, some 57s, some 58s, and everything. Well, we missed a bunch. Kent Surefy went 300 game one, and Richard Crocker at 280. Keith Schneider goes 278. Tony Mountain Jr. goes 77. John Crocker goes 76. Philip Price goes 67. Dustin Collins goes 59. Alan Chauvin goes 58 along with Ryan Motes. And Martin Gordon goes 57. At your top 10. I mean, and then you get a 299 by John Schaefer. It's like, then it's like, good Lord. So, have you seen the game one? And you've got game
Even
two.
better than that, I've got game two results.
Well. Before you do that, look at game one.
Okay. Holy cow.
We missed a bunch over here on the high end.
Yes, we thought we were on the high scoring lanes, but no, I mean, when you talk the top 10th is a 257.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, and that's what I was looking at. And then you take, then you've got game two. Well, if, you shoot 5-0, you go 502 for the first two, I'm in fifth.
All right. Good for me.
Tony Mountain Jr. leading after two games at 524. Scott Eden at 516. Doug Hergenrader. We're going to ask Doug about his thong. He wanted to know if he could wear a thong bikini.
I did peek. He had a 278 the second game.
Oh,
so
you took a peek. I thought you were.
Well, no,
you were scaring me
as
there
I
for a
completed
second.
your sentence there, I already knew I was in trouble.
You were
I
in
was just
trouble.
hoping it would slide by.
Everybody was like,
Where's he going with that? But yeah, he had a
Hergenrader.
278 the second game.
Yeah, 506, 504 for Keith Schneider, and Steve Slocum at 503. So, actually, there it is, Steve Slocum. Now, here's the story. Here's the Steve. Watch this. Here we talk about the Steve Slocum story in Reno. He's not paying attention.
He's not hearing.
He's not hearing. Let's see. Where's he at down here? I'm trying to find out.
Maybe he's grumpy.
Well, that's what I was. No, he's fifth.
Okay, no, okay.
Hey, Steve, is it okay to talk about it? Okay. So, as I mentioned before, the a lot of these guys were in Reno. They bowled, I think, the Tuesday, Wednesday before we bowled.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a Tuesday, Wednesday.
So you crossed paths while you were there.
Yeah. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whichever. Anyway. So I'm watching these guys. You watch to see how lanes are breaking down and stuff and everything. And I will say, don't get fooled by 5, 6, 7 on team event. It will tease you. It's there for a little bit. Don't even try it. Just do the normal 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe push some plastic up 13, 14, 15 with a little bit of hold. You're good. The back ends will turn. Double singles, 5, 6, 7. Keep everything in front of you, surface. Leave it. Anyway, typical Nationals. Anyway, so I'm watching Steve and Sam and Brandon and a bunch of them. And Steve goes open first frame, 7-bagger. And, he's still on the wall. He's still on a gem at 500. He walks up there, throws the ball, gets it right just a pinch, takes out the 10 pin.
That's what'll happen at Reno.
But wait,
Uh-oh.
there's more.
Okay.
Yeah,
He had to throw another ball after that.
he had to throw another ball after that. Goes,
Oh, no.
goes and he throws the second ball,
Same thing.
takes out the 6-9.
Oh, no. And so this is after a 7-bagger.
7-bagger. So the kicker is, Sam even told me this, who's right here in front of us. Sam goes, we went and played the bubble craps.
Oh, well, don't talk to me about bubble craps. That's my weakness. Oh, that is my weakness.
I hate, you know what, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'll tell you why in a second.
Yeah.
Evidently, when they were playing the bubbles craps, every time a 3 came up, Steve had to run a circle around the bubble craps machine. He said, I did it once just to appease him. And all you can do after doing something like that is just smile and go, what
That
happened?
shot in Reno, yeah.
Yeah.
The ball almost shakes before it thinks about turning, but then no. Then it just slides off.
It's amazing how you can look at a pattern, and most people, they look at a pattern, they won't, say, well, it looks a lot like this and whatever, and you have your forward and your reverse and how much you're buff and, also the type of oil and everything you use makes a big difference too and stuff. But it's amazing how they make them. You can use the same plan to break them down, but how they still react a little different from each other.
Right, just the littlest
And
bit.
It's crazy.
And if you miss just by the littlest bit, then
Well,
it just magnifies how bad of a shot it is.
And at one point I thought USBC needs to stop doing that, because now you're to the point where, a lot of people are complaining, well, you don't know what equipment to bring. You don't know what to do and everything. Well, at some point, they're just doing the same thing. I call it tweaking the pattern just enough to have it react a little bit different, but it's still the same premise. It still comes down to the fact that if you're going to bowl a sport pattern, whatever said sport pattern is, no matter how hard it is, you can make that pattern scoreable. You just have to know how to read the pattern and know how to break it down.
That's where
with
the
what and do what. with.
average bowler would not have any idea of most of what you're talking about there.
And I don't, and God forbid, I can talk a massively good game. I don't know, I probably don't know an nth of what I think I know. Like the old saying goes, you're not right about everything you know.
Right.
People don't get that. But if you get the general knowledge of feet, volume, and you look at it and see how it's placed and everything, knowing what type of oil helps also, but you can get a general idea of how it's going to break down. But you still need to have everyone on the same game plan to break that pattern down right.
And that's just the mental side of it. Then the physical side is actually executing that.
Oh, yeah. It's one thing to think; it's another thing to do it. So, how many times have we said that to ourselves in life?
Every time I pull a shot.
I can see what the lane's doing. I can sit there and watch everyone else say, you need to be here, here, and here. Well, I go up and show me. Oh, I can't do that. I don't have that ability. So,
Or you do throw the right shot in the right place and you score, but then you have to do it again.
I was talking, I was bowling state with my son and some other friends, and I don't know why it never came to me before, but in my mind, what separates us from the professional bowlers is the professional bowlers can do 3 things that we don't. A, they can repeat a shot. B, they can repeat good shots. And C, they make their spares.
With the technology that they have during the broadcast now, when they track the ball as it goes down, boy, that line does not vary much between shots. It's almost right over the same line, right over the same line.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but get this switched over because we need to. Where's? Okay, I got those things on there, and where is my?
I guess as we are in game 3 right now, just the bowling that is going on and the lanes that we are covering. We've got the
There it
front
is.
5
There we go.
on lane 18, and who is that that's going to come to the lane and bowl here? He's up, so we'll see who that is with the front 5.
Slocum's on the. That's a spare 4-bagger. On 18.
On
I didn't-
18.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On the left side, I haven't seen
On
it
the
yet. Well,
yeah.
it's not Wiesendanger. He's looking around. But the thing that I saw that just blew my mind was back in the 90s. I was working the back at North Rock Lanes, and Tuesday night was the high, in Wichita at the time, North Rock Lanes had
The
high,
league.
had the league.
Yep.
And then another night, Rose East would have the league. I'm dating myself. Rose East, Rose West, both of which don't exist. When they expanded Kellogg, they took Rose West out, or Rose East out. But
So this was the league in Wichita.
the league in Wichita for that day, you had it Rose East, Rose West, you had it at Thunderbird, which isn't around anymore. It bounced around. Anyway, Tuesday night was the night to bowl, or North Rock was the league to bowl on Tuesday night. And if anyone knows the A1 and A2s, you can look between the shaker board and the kickback, and you could actually see lane level of like who's bowling. So a lot of mechanics would sit there and go, okay, is that Wiesendanger?
Your mystery bowler with the front. Yes, it is.
Wiesendanger.
Who is
Shows
not,
him on the shows him on the left lane.
it's only up.
No, it's Doug
Okay.
Hergenrader.
Okay, it is Hergenrader. then.
Mr. Thong Bikini.
Yep, there you go.
So there's a little area that a lot of mechanics would look to make sure no one's throwing the ball or whatever. And you can see lane level. Well, I'm looking at it one time, just seeing who's where and everything. Well, I'm looking on one lane, and on the synthetics, when you look lane level, you can see where the dust settles, where the oil is, and then you can see the shine area where the oil has been removed and everything else. Well, there's a strip, and I swear, the thing couldn't have been more than an inch. And I'm like, someone is just on top.
Nailing it.
Yeah.
Rolling over the exact same spot every ball.
Now, I'm going to give you 2 hints on who it was.
Okay. Well, we're talking Wichita.
Bowl of Wichita State, and he is now the new profile for the PBA logo.
Oh, real? I haven't seen the new logo. I have not seen it.
Chris Barnes.
Okay, that makes sense. When you said Wichita, that was the biggest hint.
That track area was no
Wow.
more than an inch, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
And when you think of how many shots
Oh.
hit that same spot.
Yeah. And I'm watching him. I'm waiting to see. I just want okay, let's A, I want to see who's doing it, and B, I want to see what the result is. And sure enough, Chris comes up, and I'm watching him, and I'm like 4 or 5 inches above lane level.
Straight above.
So I can see the whole track area. I mean, he absolutely nails
Pounded
the
it.
track area, and all I heard out of the pins when the ball hit was just. I'm like, and that's why those guys.
That's why they
those
are.
guys are
the
who they
professionals.
are.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that because I was like, got it, repetitive motion with good shots and make your spares. And when you get in trouble, make your spares because it will save you. Even saw Rick Stilsmith one time bowling a regional at Thunderbird. Bowls 4 frames on a lane, and it goes like spare, spare, open, spare. Next thing I know, he comes out. Remember the Black Knight, the Columbia Black Knight that came out
sure.
with? That was his spare ball for the longest time. He brings the Black Knight out, and he's throwing BBs off 10 to the pocket. Pulls out a $180, and he's standing there, and I go, Rick, I got to ask. I go, you brought out the Black Knight? Why?
Why?
He goes, because I didn't want to shoot 150.
Fair enough.
Again,
Yep. Making the best of what you have.
that's why those guys are, I don't know what he saw, what he didn't see, but
Well, and since we're talking senior bowlers here, just executing the same shot time and time again gets
Yeah.
harder.
Oh.
It is harder as you now a super senior like myself, and it's amazing the quality of bowlers that we have here with as high of scores as we have here. That just the execution.
yeah, I'm trying to get.
Meanwhile,
There we
Raider
go.
now with 7 in a row, and this is after a 278 last game, and I guess a 506 for the first 2.
Raider
He had
has,
been in third.
he's won out here before.
Yeah.
That's not too surprising. And I would say the surprise so far of the tournament after 2 games, I would say Brandon Leibel. I mean, he goes
He struggled
he
a little
goes
bit the second
50,
game.
58, and I think he goes even 200.
The second game, yeah, was about an even 2. We'll see how he's doing the third game here. He was one of your outsiders,
He was my outsiders.
one of the long shots. Raider up now in the 8th with the front 7.
And I bet he's throwing that gold, negative shifted gold label, that and the wine hustle. His 2 go balls down here.
And he's not really bending it very much
He
at all either.
never
It's
does.
Straight down, straight up and
Yeah.
in.
Trying to see the ball come out of the ball return. Yeah, that's got to be the gold label. I would say my big surprise, Don Breeden in 18th. That was one of my favorites. That's got to be. I think that's the biggest surprise so far.
But again, this is just after 2 of 6 today, 2 of 8 total before we start cutting down.
And then
So still plenty of time to do something.
coming up on 20, I believe that's Phil Rice.
He's got a
Yep,
spare
Phil
in
Rice coming
7.
up on 20. He's got a spare looking 290. Some guys, there's got to be some guys going, I'm glad I didn't pay for this. I'm getting railroaded here.
Ran over if you need about a 250 to stay on par.
I did get the brackets, the bracket for tomorrow after the 2 rounds of
I guess pool play.
elimination.
Yeah.
2 rounds of elimination. We'll show that here in a second. I don't want to jinx anything on Mr. Thong Bikini. I may get him up here and ask him about that. There was, and the joke about that was on Facebook, people were asking if they could wear shorts for the tournament.
Okay. Yeah.
And of course, Doug Hergenrader said wanted to know if he could wear something else in his thong bikini. And I was just like, oh Lord. I wish we could. Hey, somebody's got to do something for me. Okay, come over here real quick. I got to ask you. John Crocker's over here, and I got to ask, in your sense, when you're seeing these scores the way they are, A, are you surprised? And B, are you like, oh Lord?
I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. The transition's starting to show a little bit more unforgiving right now, so I think the scores will level out. But the scores are going to stay high, so I just got to be prepared for tomorrow and find out which ball and what reaction I need for the finals.
What do you think about the new format?
I think it's awesome. Anytime something new like that is always exciting, instead of just get you guys there, get step ladder and go single games by single games and step ladder. So I think tomorrow is going to be very interesting and exciting.
You've
Well,
got more bowlers who will bowl longer and have more of an opportunity.
Well, and plus you got the guys that come here from out of town. They're not down here for one day and bailing out. They're going to do some more bowling.
Correct. Yeah. You ain't one and done tomorrow. So you come out, you got 2 games. Little guy goes home. So if you got a game that you struggle with and come back and got opportunity to make it up, that's a big advantage to a lot of people. So not one and done, coming back the next day and you're out.
Now, I will say I almost saw the Lily over here in a second on 20, but the other. So are you? Is your mindset not so worried about where you qualify? Because there's really no one here that can't just run the gauntlet, even though if they have a bad day here. Are you just kind of getting a feel for what things are going to be like?
Yeah, because any of these guys can run the gauntlet anytime. So anytime you step up against any one of these guys, they're here for a reason. So every game is very important, and you got to pretty much know that they're bringing their A game, and you just got to be ready for tomorrow. But yeah, I'm feeling the lanes out, seeing where we're at, reactions, transitions, and then just be hopefully prepared for tomorrow.
Well, we'll use Don Breen as an example. He's not bowling the Don Breen-esque right now. You know what he's going to be like tomorrow. It's not going to happen 2 days in a row.
No, I think he's on his 6th ball right now. So
And he probably still has about three-ball bags more left in the car.
he does. He goes Easter eggs hunt down the lanes here and finds his balls. He'll bring one down here, and then he'll throw it, and we'll see what happens.
Easter egg hunting. That's the line of the day right there.
I love it.
Don Breen going Easter egg hunting.
But we were talking about how incredibly high the scores are for those at the top. But again, it's 24 of the 36 is all you need to do to get into the next phase. And then all the scores start from scratch again.
Just don't finish last.
That's it.
On either 2 of your pods.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what anyone else does. The only thing you're doing is bowling those 3 guys on that pair, and just don't finish last.
And even before that, just keep your head above water.
Yeah.
For today and the 2 games tomorrow.
Now,
you don't have to bowl. You don't have to average 250 today.
I think the one thing I need to ask Dan about, and now I just wondered, the seating on the 16-man bracket, and I'll actually pull that bracket up here real quick, is
That will ultimately
these are the and the lanes
how they will see.
And I think I can actually work that out to put some names in. But you see all the 116 to 314 and everything else. I've got to be thinking your let me get this.
What makes you a number 1 seed by that time?
I think the number 1 seed is today's.
It would be today. Well,
I would think it would be today's qualifying.
I don't know.
It sets you up in the pods,
Right.
And then in his deal it says round 2, 24 bowlers will be reseeded.
They'll
and
be seeded
8
1 through
3-man
24.
bowlers.
Right, and then so it would be, the top seed. There would be 3 number 1 seeds, I guess, if you want to look at it like a March Madness, or they're in 8 pods. There's 8 pods of 3.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking.
So the top 8 would be.
This is your qualifying that
Right.
leads into the pod. So my guess is you're reseeding through the pods on all those,
Yes.
and then you're using that seeding
This would
still
be a lot like
for
the,
the brackets.
NCAA baseball brackets. How they get to
Kansas University
Kansas
for the
University.
first time since 1946
they won the
conference
big conference
champions.
regular season champions, and they took care of Nebraska both times they played them. this
Nebraska
year.
did not like that.
Well, I grew up in Lincoln, so I can admit to that. I watched the game that they played in Lawrence just a couple weeks ago.
Where'd you watch it on?
It was on an ESPN Plus.
Okay.
It was.
I've been paying for that, and I haven't been using it,
But
so maybe I need to.
yeah, KU beat Nebraska again, and then KU fell flat. They got swept in a series. I want to say against West Virginia.
Yes.
Just last week.
They
but
were number 7, and I think it was West Virginia was like 12 or 15.
Yeah, both of those were at the top 2 of the conference.
And then they go to BYU and win it.
So the question is, can KU hang in there through the Big 12 conference tournament to be in the top 16 to host a regional for the NCAAs, which would be amazing.
Well, that would be huge for that program. And, it's Now, if we can just get the football program going, they
Well,
got that brand new stadium,
Kansas
literally
and
brand
Nebraska
new.
both. Nebraska's turned into the basketball school all of a sudden.
What's Nebraska going to do with Rule?
Well-
It's like he's hit a plateau and he just.
Well, the problem is going to be this year. They will probably have a better team, but a worse record, only in their schedule is scary tough. They play Oregon, Indiana, and Ohio State. I want to say, or not Ohio State, but yes, they do, all three of them.
Wow.
And then, so,
Ended up pissing somebody off.
yeah, they have a very tough schedule for next year. And those games are at home, so you can't even write them off as losses on the road and just win your home games to try and get up there. But it could get a little ugly toward November again. In the last couple years, September has been good, October has been good, and then they've totally fallen apart toward the end of the year.
All right, and this is what we do when we're doing this. We're talking about bowling, everything else. If you had one word to describe NIL,
I would say unsettled still. I still think they've got to figure it out yet. Whether there ends up being salary caps, just like I think in the pros, I think they may need to get to something like that. But it is, as they've been talking nationally, still the Wild West. It has changed the
you
game.
gave schools
It's not the
open
s-
checks,
Yeah,
you
it's
dummies.
Yeah. And the players don't play for the team as much anymore, as much as for themselves.
And it's, and now it's not even what I want to say. Now it's the it takes. I don't know if it adds or takes pressure away from the coaches, because
It makes their job easier in a lot of ways. They don't have to go to so many Friday night high school football games.
if they who was it? John Calipari. I'm thinking they don't even look at high school
They
players
don't need
anymore.
to. No, well, and they've got more colleges have general managers now, just like the pros do.
Yeah.
And so they're the money people, and they're the ones that
It's-
are assembling the rosters.
You can't follow. You're not following teams now. You're following players.
You are.
When-
as they track to 2, 3, 4 schools during their college career.
I knew that I didn't like the NIL. I thought, okay, so they've got to be putting some kind of regulation on it. There can only be so much. But when the quarterback from Indiana State goes into the portal, already has an agreement with Texas Tech, and part of his NIL is he's getting a minuscule percent in perpetuity from oil in Texas.
That's, yeah.
Where does that come from?
Well,
I will take a 0.5% of oil production in Texas in perpetuity and never work a day in my life.
I'd say you're in good shape until solar takes over, but that's going to be a long time, if ever.
That's a guy that had
He's set.
that's a guy that had an agent. And the agent said, the school will hardly have to pay anything, but here's what he wants. So now the agent's getting a minuscule percent,
Right.
which is still
Forever.
huge.
Right. But it's almost making the quality of play go up, in that some of these college players are making more in college than they could as pros,
Yeah,
which is scary.
I mean
this year
you're putting a lot better players together, but
the
still.
players are staying in college more. Maybe it's switching teams every year, which is no fun. But the quality of the game was pretty incredible this
Well,
year.
hell, when you can get Indiana to be national
yeah.
champs.
Well, in football, yeah.
It's crazy. Look who just. Oh no.
Stealthy.
No.
She is here very stealthy.
No. Let me say it real quick. She knows what's going to happen. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
You're Lisa from Lisa Finley Insurance.
Yes.
Well, Shelter Insurance.
yes,
Have a good time in Reno?
I did.
Bowled well?
I bowled okay.
Did you make any money on brackets?
I did.
You did?
I did.
You did a lot better than me. You did a lot better than I did. I promise that.
Yes.
Another season sponsoring the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour.
Absolutely.
Totally happy with it?
Yes,
This is cool.
it is.
Tell me how many other places where you can get 50 plus, week in, week out, multiple weekends, and just guys just show up.
Yes. It's very interesting.
And you,
very
and you still
competitive.
pick up new clients.
There we go.
See what happens?
Win-win.
It just goes well. And then, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Obviously, you're going to come back tomorrow. Or next year.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about that.
Nope. I'll be continuing.
That's just what you do.
Commitment to the bowlers. Yes.
Yeah. Got to see you in Savannah for a little bit for the Masters.
Yes.
That was a good time. You guys actually left Reno. Both you guys left Reno without even saying bye to me. So I just.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Joey just laughs and walks. He is so happy to leave Reno. You know, Joey, I did see someone else that had the murder shirt. That had the murder shirt. The only thing is they need to take that shirt and take like some yellow crime scene tape and put it across
The caution tape.
I bet you could. I mean, they're kind of cool, but I mean, if you look at his right shoulder, it looks like a handprint.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like a crime scene. Here,
It does.
let me switch this over. So there you go. You see Joey standing behind 22. It just literally looks like a crime scene shirt.
It does.
I don't know who approved. And then you got a hand.
Caution tape.
And I don't even know what they call it. And he got a hand, on his lower left waist. I mean, it's like, it's just. I did see a guy in Reno that had that.
That same shirt?
That same shirt.
Oh, I've never seen anyone else wear that shirt before.
It couldn't have been just because I turned around and went, is that Joey again? No, it was someone else. But anyway, you and Joey's been sponsors of this for how many years?
Since it started.
Well,
Yes. Since it started.
what's the term? Charter members.
Yes.
All right, we'll have to start listing charter memberships
That's right. That's right.
and start
Different
putting
levels of charters.
different level of charter. There you go. God. All right, I'll get that out of your hand.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for everything, and be back again next year.
Yes. Thank you.
Gotta get
Always
her
like
on.
seeing Lisa.
Always got to get the better half of the Finley clan on. The other half, I mean, because the lower half gets pulled down so hard, we have to get the upper half back on here
Get
to kind of
the average up a little bit.
get the average up a little bit. So we are in
Game 4. We should get Game 3 results pretty soon. They were turning them around pretty quickly.
So I'm gonna show this real quick. I ended up getting it. This is
There you are.
this is what Chat GTP can do.
You
And
look like a serious professional bowler there.
I wish I could. I don't know if I still have it. I wonder if I still have the.
What it was modeled off of?
Yeah, if you take a look at Revolutions Lanes, find Revolutions Lanes on TikTok, and you go down and there's a couple deals there that show people throwing balls.
Mm-hmm.
They did it Saturday and Sunday, and
you appeared.
they had Manini, and then me right after that. I kept doing screenshots, and I can't remember. I think I might have said, I need you to remove all the background and do something or whatever.
Set it up for a shot.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it came to. And if there was something that was a little bit off, you can go back into it, say, okay, I need. It's crazy what you can do with stuff.
It's scary. It is absolutely scary.
And
you see all these videos now that are on there, and you wonder, okay, is that real or is it AI or?
Well, and the thing that I've come across is if a lot of times you really have to look close on the detail, and that's when you can tell.
See an extra finger on somebody or a
or if
leg
there's
pointed
just
the wrong way.
If it's a video,
yes, definitely.
you can tell. I mean, there's some things that
Some
are
with the
just like-
facial expressions.
Yeah, and but some of the and even the, I've taken pictures of couples and asked Chat GTP to do a nice smooth caricature of these two and just surprise them with it, and it's crazy.
It's a great tool
Or you
when
can
used
take-
for good.
I'll even, I think I may still have it. I had a friend of mine.
There we go.
Game 3. Go ahead
We
with
have
game
an
3 and I'll
update
find
here. In first place, we saw Doug Hergenrader with that good third game. He ends up with a 772 for the front three, so up plus 172 in first place. Tony Manna at just 9 pins behind with a 763. Third place, Scott Eden with a 762. Fourth place, Phil Rice with a 753. And then down to fifth place, Keith Schneider with a 728. And again, we are looking for the top 24 advancing after the first 8 games. 6 today, 2 tomorrow. So 24th, if we want to start talking about a cut right now that is at plus 49. So that is averaging 216 to make the cut if this continues.
Well, no, everyone bowls.
Everyone bowls today, but after the 2 tomorrow.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Just if we're looking at trying to advance to the pods. But yes, everyone goes through today, and we'll get at least 2 more games tomorrow.
I will say some of the surprises, and when you say surprises, it's not any disrespect or a knock on bowlers, but you're looking at the regulars that are up there.
The usual suspects.
Yeah. Brandon Leibel made a huge
jump that
made a
third
huge jump.
He was just out of the top 5.
What do I want to say? Maybe Scott Eaton might be a little surprising. Where was Scott at? Oh, I know what we need. We need. Okay, he's been up there. So Eaton was second.
He did not have a great first game, but
No, he was
second and third.
16th.
Yeah.
16th after game 1. Now we need to make sure we keep these, but I would say Eaton's been strong. Game 2 and 3, that got him up there. Rafe Terry, who was a 36, the last entry in, he's got himself up to 9th. Kent Sherfy had 300 game 1, and then he goes like 220. It's like, okay, thank God I had that 100 pins, or I'd be in real big trouble. Real quick, so I took this picture with ChatGPT.
Okay,
with
back to GPT, yes.
Now, my dad passed away a little over 2 years ago, and it might have been the first or second time that I went early morning, and when I got to the cemetery, facing his headstone, the sun was just peeking up over the clouds. Perfect.
So you had
timing.
that shot.
And so I took a picture of it and just said, "Hello, Dad." Well, then my daughter had a picture of my youngest grandson that Dad wasn't able to see before he passed away. So I took 2 pictures and asked ChatGPT.
Oh, look at that. That's pretty amazing.
And it's my youngest grandson kneeling beside my dad's headstone, and it when you look at it, it
looks
when you look at the
real
blades
as
of
day.
grass that are,
Yep.
it's amazing what it does.
The shadows are in the right spots and everything. Yep.
So I mean, we could go on and on about my thoughts about it. To me, it's like computers. It's all who has it is using it for whatever purpose.
If it's used in the right way, you're right. If it's used for good, it's pretty incredible.
Back to bowling.
Well, I noticed Doug Hergenrader, I'm not going to say he was struggling so far on 21-22, but his ball wasn't finishing. He left a 7-10 in the first frame. He left a flat 7 in the third, and now it looks like he's starting to figure it out. He's got a double now. Have to see what little adjustment he made after those first 2 frames.
She's back.
And she is Lisa Finley.
She only leaves for a moment, and then she graces us with her presence again.
When you look at this pair on 21 and 22, you've got Scott Eaton, you've got Doug Hergenrader, 2 of the top 3 currently in the standings.
And then on
lying
19
on the same pair.
Then on 19 and 20, you have Tony Manna. Trying to, I wish they could turn the brightness up on the TVs a little bit.
They just
Of
seem a
course, I
little
wish
dim.
my
we do have the better, darker background, but it still is not helping very much. Just needs the brightness level up.
well, if I
a
didn't
bit
have
more.
to wear readers also.
Still looks a little foggy.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to. I'm looking at. I'm going to have to save the bracket and see if I can figure out a way to get the names in there or something.
Well, and this is something that you'll only be able to do tomorrow during that transition time after the
Yeah, and even then it's-
second pool play.
Yeah, I'm
How
trying to.
quick that'll turn around. There will be a little bit of time between because it's not just as simple as drawing a line and everybody above is in, everybody below is out. Then they have to be repositioned into the brackets or even the pools of 3, the pods of 3 that there will be after 8 games tomorrow.
Yeah, it's I'm already trying to go. Okay, how am I going to do X, Y, Z, and what can I remember?
You can
and-
add it in.
You know what? I just figured it out.
Okay.
I just figured it out. I can take.
Can't
I
you
can
just
take
add
that
some
picture-
text and just add text over it?
And have Chat GTP take this bracket and clean the dark areas up and just eliminate those
Mm-hmm.
so that I can just put
Then
the
you can
names in.
Text the names in. Yep.
And then if I can make it big enough, it should show up okay. It should.
Then you'll be able to switch to that shot of the bracket referring to it.
And then just add on to it. But
Yep.
then again, I don't know how much time I'll have to do that because then we're going to try to
Be
get a
moving
camera and move
cameras.
over. and
Yeah. Yeah.
Figure out somehow, some way.
Meanwhile, we're well through the 4th game of 6 today.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a 270 on 23 and 24 right now.
Other than that,
Just from what we're seeing.
right down.
Well, and you know, John Crocker said that he thought the scores were going to kind of
moderate
settle down a little
Yep,
bit.
yep. There's another strike spare 4-bagger on 18. Not sure who that is. He'll be coming up to bowl next. A lot tighter shot from Hergenrader, but he rung a 7-pin.
In fact, I'll see if I can get Doug up here real quick after this shot. And Wiesendanger snaps out the 10. You know, you got guys, like I said, some guys from Omaha and Des Moines. You got Jerry that comes
bet.
in from Salina. You've got Rafe that comes in from Larned. Tim Grumlovitz comes in from
And
from
these are
Junction
overnighters here.
City.
They'll stay here the night. They won't drive home and come back.
Well,
It'd be a long, if you're talking Omaha, that's 3 hours.
there's been times where I've
Yeah.
known Jerry to do that. He would drive down there, then drive back. Well, it's cheaper in the
Tomorrow's
hotel.
starting earlier, at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yep. I think Joey needs to get that ball out of his hand.
He's struggled today.
That ball was not good. Hey, Doug. Doug. Here we go. So, I have an idea. I can set it up. Jerry Marr is a good friend of mine. You know, yeah, you do know where this is going. So he has like this nice. I'll have to show it to you, but has a tie dye, and it's marketed his. It's like a big man string bikini with the straps and everything. I think I can get one so that you'd be able to wear it.
That's what I'm wearing to the next one.
You're
Can't wear a hat.
not going to wear a hat?
Can't wear shorts. So I'm putting my thong on. I'm good to go. Hey, we're bowlers, man. Look like a bowler, right?
Exactly. A friend of mine, Jerry Mars, in fact, with high five gear, he has one. It's like has like the long straps, and then it goes down through the
my.
crotch. Oh, I bet I could pull it up and find that. It's
Do I want to see it?
yeah.
Okay.
It's he was with another company. And when he left, they had to do some modifications due to trademark to it, and he was able to.
A lot of R&D into this, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
And it's. I'll have to do some looking. I know he has pictures of it because that's just. And they had some pretty cool shirts for nationals and everything. I don't want to say it's a Barney Rubble or whichever. But yeah, when he went to high five, it's like, here we go. There it is. So
Look at that.
there's
Oh,
the front.
wow.
That's the new high five. That's the front.
Right.
Oh, that's the front, and there's
Oh,
the back.
wow. Uh,
How awesome!
uh. Unique.
Show this to Doug. Now that's the front. Okay. Here's the back.
How do you think I look in that?
Dude, that's what you need.
I look good in it.
You look good in it. What do you think, Lisa? That's the back. and there's your front.
There you go.
So just go to High Five Gear, search Jerry Mars Marrs, and you'll have it. I'm plugging everyone.
You are.
I'm getting the sponsors in here.
Free plugs.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm kind of, and it's kind of hard to, there's no way for us to tell what's going on down. Do you want to go down there and see?
Yeah, why don't I do that?
See if there's any big scores going on. The going over Game 3 stats right now. Doug Hergenrader leads at 772. Tony Manna Jr. in second at 763. Scott Eaton 762. Phil Rice sitting in fourth at 753. Keith Schneider 7. I shoot 760, and I'm 10 pins out of first. It's hard to do. Brandon Leibel is sitting sixth at 724. Dustin Collins at 720. Danny Bradley at 716. Rafe Terry at 712 in ninth. And in 10th, Mark Pettit at 710. So to be, and it goes all the way down to 13th at John Schieffer at 703. And there's only four not averaging 200. So, yeah, scores are up. That's what happens. Only two more games to go out of 6. And to remind you of the format, is all 36 bowlers will come back tomorrow. They're going to be seated into 12 3-man pods. They're going to bowl 2 games. Low man out of each pod is out. So you don't have to worry about someone catching a good pair, throwing a good game, and someone on a bad pair and not being able to, and no one on that pair making it. It's just pair to pair, low man on each pair is out. Then you're going to turn around, get reseated, bowl 1, low man out, and then you're going to have the top 16 reseed 1 through 16, and then it's going to be like a Sweet 16 bracket. You're going to have 8 on one side, 8 on another, and then you're going to have man on man for, I think it's a 1-game match.
I believe it is
Possibly.
1 game. Yes.
So that's going to be interesting. Any big scores down there?
Nothing really all that eye-popping down there. There are a couple of 230s, 240s that are working, but really nothing of the extreme high games that we saw the first couple.
How far would you think? Man, probably wouldn't matter. I probably wouldn't be able to get it in time. I was going to say try to get, maybe I could find some place to get along HDMI cord, but maybe I need to look at like a couple places local to see if I can find like a
Extra cord.
What do you think? 50? This is a 25. Surely I do 75 feet over there.
That would be a lot. Well, if you triple what you have right now, this is going 4 lanes.
Well, yeah, but I have a bunch of coil.
Okay.
That's piggybacked into that. So I'm thinking.
Got it.
Oh man, I really don't want to. Got to do what you got to do.
We're going to have
right?
to talk about the formatting of where the lanes are being assigned for next year.
Well,
You understand that you don't want them all on the same
No.
pairs, because
And
that'll burn them out, and then that'll really affect the bowling.
No, I totally get it, and I'm all for it.
Right.
Logistically, for me, it's a nightmare.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. That's going to be a puzzle.
But it's not that bad because I can turn one camera off, take one down to get it on there.
And you
I just have to make
something
sure.
going, right.
Well, I just have to make sure
Ooh.
that I have a power source to plug it into. So I have to go down there and take a look at that. I'm gonna let you take the helm here real quick.
All
I
right.
got to do a quick run.
We are wrapping up game 4 right now. Scott Eaton on 21 just had a really flat 8-10. And that slowed his game down. He was working on a possible 257, but this is probably going to be an open here. Well, and then again, wrapping up game 4 of the 6 that the bowlers will bowl today. Everybody coming back for 2 more tomorrow for an 8-game total count, and then the top 24 advancing on from there for more elimination. As I mentioned in the other side of the house, there did not seem to be all that many high scores when I went down. Nothing more than 240s really working. And down here seem to be the higher scores, and the bowlers who have done better to start with. Again, Hergenrader and Eaton on the same pair, and they were first and third after 3 games. And again, just the scores that we had after 3 games: 772 series, 763, 762, 753, 728, 724, 720, 716, 712, and 710. So the top, actually, it took down to the top 13 all had 700s. And again, the top was 772 with Doug Hergenrader and Tony Manna Jr. at the 763, Scott Eaton 762. We heard earlier the suspicion that scores would be coming down a little bit as we continued games 4, 5, and 6 as the lanes broke down a little bit. And we may be seeing that with these fourth game scores starting to come in. Doug Hergenrader with another strike on 22. He will, with one more fill ball, end up with a 216. So this is nowhere where he had been for the first three. Bowlers starting to shift now as they're moving 2 pairs to the right after every game. So there's more shuffling around going on here as some of the bowlers still trying to finish up game 4. And Doug Hergenrader finishes with a 216. He won't be too happy with that. Though his ball reaction seemed to be quite a bit different on this pair than for the last couple games. But again, some of the breakdown probably starting to take effect now. And bowlers making some adjustments. And Scott Eaton himself, again after a 762 first 3 games, is with a strikeout here in the 10th, we'll have a 223. So there will be some leveling out at the top. We'll see where we are around 24th place again, which will be what it takes to advance after game 8 tomorrow. So far it is 24th was plus 49 is all after 3 games, so barely a 215 average. And again, only 12 bowlers being eliminated after game 8, which is the new format for this invitational tournament this year. So Scott Eaton with a strike in the 10th. In the 11th now, I'm not sure we even have that screen up. Another strike here. Can we switch the screen to lane 22? So Doug Hergenrader finishes with a 216, and Scott Eaton with a 223 if he fills it out. And again, these were 2 of the top 3
And
that
then you
had
have
averaged over 250
And
in
what
the first
did
3 games.
what did Mana do?
Let's
Mana
see.
either shot 45 or 44, I would guess.
So he will probably move. He will move into first place in this qualifying so far.
You know, and it's right now it's one of those.
But again, it's just today. I'm not going to say it means nothing, but
No.
certainly you want to get some momentum going and figure
Well,
things out for tomorrow.
Okay, look at it this way. You have if you're on the tour, and let's say you have a number. Your number. You have a eight-man bracket. What's that? No problem, man. And you know, you have a 8-man bracket in the PBA, and number 1 seed is one of the young guns like Ryan Barnes or Brandon Bonner or Dio or something like that, and your 8th seed is like, I don't know, EJ Tackett, Bill Monte, Bill O'Neill. Does it really matter your seeding, because any of those guys
You're right.
are just going to. So in the sense, and also, and here's also the thing too, because the lanes are not going to be reran after the
two
pods,
tomorrow.
the pods. Okay, they're not going to be reran.
No.
your transition's also going to be different because it's also going to be determined who threw where, with what, where they threw it, and all that stuff. Plus, you're not going to have that many
A little
games.
more variability tomorrow.
So so I'm.
Well, you've got 24 bowlers bowling 2 games, and then you've got 36 bowlers bowling 2 games tomorrow, and then 24 bowlers bowling a couple more games, and then 16 bowlers. Well, you've got plenty of bowling tomorrow yet, as far as traffic on the lanes. Not as much as today, and especially so since as you whittle down bowlers, there will be fewer lanes used.
Yeah, I'm doing some thinking in my head. I'm looking at the.
Trying to count games on lanes.
No, I'm.
Oh, how long the cord needs to be?
Well, yeah, and then I caught something. I'm like, why? But I kind of get it. So, to me, I'm like, move that there, move that over here. I'm trying not to play tournament director.
Okay.
I'm just looking. I'm looking.
You can Monday morning quarterback it with him.
Well, no, I mean,
Afterwards.
reasoning and stuff. That's all fine. I'm looking, being selfish of what I could do
what
and
you
what
need to
would
do.
be
Right.
what I could do better to get the.
It's not like ESPN ever tells the NCAA what to do. Oh, maybe they do.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe they do.
In fact, I'll even tell you, in 2010, Gardner Edgerton played St. Thomas on ESPN Plus or ESPNU because of Bubba Starling, and it was a big rivalry at the time between St. Thomas and Gardner. Well, that year, the game was scheduled to be at St. Thomas. And I can't remember exactly what all the reasoning was. I think it had to do with, I can't say for sure, but they wanted to do the game because of Bubba, because he was one of the top, prospects, baseball, football, whichever. He was, had
Bubba
a letter
Starling.
of intent
Oh,
with Nebraska, and. So I'm trying to think that in order for the game to be done, it had to be done at Gardner, and I think St. Thomas wanted some kind of compensation or whatever, which makes sense.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
For
they'd be
high
out.
school to lose a home game,
the revenue
with-
that comes in.
yeah, I get that. I have no problem with that. But yeah, there's times where, if you whether it's the exposure. How bad do you want the exposure for your school no matter where it's at? So, yeah, there's times where networks can come in and say, look, this is what we need. If you want it here, this is what needs to be done. And then, then you can go back and say, well, it's not feasible for us, but we want it. So are you going to help us a little bit financially to do all this? Because you guarantee you're going to make a profit.
Well, look at what the NFL did with their scheduling this year that just came out. My goodness, there are games on almost every single day of the week, and they're starting to take over more of the holidays.
What was it, Detroit? A friend of mine on Facebook made a post about Detroit, and
their schedule?
Yeah, it's like Detroit at one point has. They have a game three days apart, and I think it might be the Thanksgiving game.
Well,
Tuesday,
it's computers that
Tuesday,
are doing
Wednesday,
these schedules
Thursday.
now, and the Chiefs have 3 away in a row, and then
A week 5 bye week, which is early,
which is not going to be helpful. Then that's going to be a really long rest of the season after that.
I'll tell you what, getting Justin Fields, I wasn't thrilled about it at first, but I'm starting to wonder.
Regardless of if Mahomes can play the first game or not, they will need him.
He's going to be there
for a 17-game season, and they've got 9 away games this year.
I'll tell you why he's going to be there. He'll be there week 1.
Probably so.
I'll tell you why. Are you going to put Kansas City and Denver on Monday Night Football at the first week of the year if it's going to be Bo Nix and Justin Fields?
Well, no. Yeah, that's why you're pretty much thinking they know something about Mahomes.
He had the surgery 2 days later. The next day or 2
They
days
say
later.
he is recovering at a
He was-
really increased pace.
Months ago, he was already up and walking around. That guy is, to use a phrase of the Gen Z or whatever, he's the dog.
Oh, yeah.
He's not, and it was almost a guarantee that Travis Kelce was going to come back.
For sure.
That was just not
For
even.
sure. No.
That was not even a question.
Back to the scheduling, though, with the Chiefs with a
but-
home opener.
Right.
Okay, they get that home game out of the way. Then they have still 9 road games left. One of their home games is gone already, and 9 road games. And there is a brutal stretch where they play at Buffalo, at Cincinnati,
At Buffalo for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving evening. Yeah, and just as they have added games to the
The
schedule.
first few is game 4 for the Chiefs. Real quick, Denver at home, Indianapolis home, at Miami, at Vegas bye week. Then home to the Chargers, on the road to Seattle, and I think the Chargers, and then the Jets come in.
It gets tough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
real tough.
Anyway,
That's
you
a
have
good
the
one.
game
I
4.
do. And as we expected, a little bit of shuffling at the top. Phil Rice now.
What? Who? What?
Phil Rice. Let's see. He had a 753 and he went up to 1010, so he had a 260. Had a 257, it looks like. So Phil Rice in the top spot.
Keith Schneider was
Keith Schneider.
fifth.
Yeah, he was there. So a little shuffling. Then Tony Manna Jr., Doug Hergenrader, and Scott Eaton. So the top 5 are
So
still the
Keith must
same,
have
just
went
shuffled up a
280.
little bit. Brandon Leibel stays at 6th. Dustin Collins stays at 7th. Then we have Mark Pettit, Rafe Terry, and Danny Bradley wrapping up the top 10.
Swagoo.
And if we look at the scores then again, Phil Rice,
I'm
210
gonna go grab
over.
something real quick.
Sure,
Hold on.
sure.
Keep going.
Phil Rice, 210 over after 4 games, so he's averaging 252 plus per game for the first 4. Keith Schneider plus 208. Tony Manna Jr. plus 207. So those top 3 separated by just 3 pins. And as we saw here in front of us, Doug Hergenrader and Scott Eaton struggled a little more that 4th game. Hergenrader at plus 188, Eaton at plus 183. So those are your top 5. And so for 4 games and 183 over, that's still well more than 240 per game average. Going on down a little bit, Dustin Collins in 7th again, Mark Pettit 8th, Rafe Terry 9th, Danny Bradley 10th, and following him is John Schaefer, who we did see have that 299 earlier in 11th, Martin Gordon in 12th, Mike Quackenbush in 13th, Stephen Slocum in 14th, Dave Kuchera at 15th. Then it's David Moorhead, Alan Chauvin, Ryan Moats, Dave Pritz, and Steve Points in 20th. In 21st is Richard Crocker, followed by Darrell Tersler, Kevin Mason, John Crocker, Jerry Wiesendanger, Jerry Kessler, and John Shaw, Julius Michael, Blake Howard, Kent Sherfrey, and VJ McDaniel. And then we wrap things up. Don Breeden, again, one of your favorites coming in today. Right now he is in 32nd position at -6 for 4 games. And it's Joey Finley, Tim Gromlovitz, Kevin Rothove, and
Gromlovitz.
Rothove, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took me a bit too, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay.
Gromlovitz.
Just like it's like Wojciechowicz, just like it spells.
And you'd mentioned how Sam Zeblin Jr. had been struggling. He wraps things up at 36. So 24th position, I guess, what we will end up looking at following today in 2 games tomorrow. And 24th place is at plus 62 right now. So again, that's tracking at a little more than 215 per game. As we've finished up 4 games and now into game 5. And again, nothing will be resolved today. They'll bowl 6 here. Those scores will carry over for tomorrow. 2 more games to complete the 8-game qualifying. And the top 24 then will advance from there for pod play.
Well, I went to Dan and I said, can you give me this? That's what I wanted.
All right. That makes it a little easier, doesn't it?
So Phil Rice, pretty solid. Outside of game 2 hiccup, 67-17, 69-57. That'll get you somewhere.
That'll do okay.
Keith Schneider, 78-25, 25-79. Tony Manna, 77, 47, 39, 44. Doug Hergenrader, 39, 67, 66, 16. Scott Eaton, 37, 79, 46, 21. Brandon Leibel, 57, 02, 65, 39. So, yeah, in fact, I'm looking.
And so what's interesting is of those that you've read so far, we have had 1 300 today and 1 299 today, and it is not from any of those top bowlers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to go all the way down to the 14th position. In fact, yeah, the 14th position to find your first sub 200 game. 15, 16, 17.
Wow.
And then another one down in 18, game 2. So if you take, what position is Dave Moorhead? Dave Moorhead is sitting 16th. And out of 16, so 64 games. Out of the 64 games of the first 16, 1 sub 200.
Just, again, keeping your head above water. That you don't want any of those sub 200s.
That's a lot of filled frames.
That's a lot of filled frames.
Yeah.
We're about halfway through game 5 here, and just looking at our lanes here, we've got the front 5 on 23. And that, trying to see who that is down there.
On the right, that's Tony Manna.
Oh, that is Tony Manna, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, he's on bowling on 24, but his score on 23, and he now has
Flush.
6 in a row.
Tony doing Tony things. That's what we call that.
We've got the front 4 on lane 22. That's Martin Gordon. He's
Yeah.
up here in the 5th now. Another one of those lefties that you said usually bowls well here.
That ball wasn't looking bad, and it jumped hard on the
dived
back
in.
end. You can almost see it double clutch coming around the corner, making a right turn. It's kind of and you mentioned this the first time we worked together at Bell for the Masters there. Watching the transition of the lanes and how everyone kind of starts moving and migrating, and you know this transition now is totally different from what they're going to see tomorrow.
Right, it is.
You know,
So,
you're
open frame there. So the scores at the top have really not gone down at all. Again, the top 3 bowlers are all averaging over 250 for the day so far. Phil Rice, Keith Schneider, and Tony Manna Jr. Averaging, again, more than 250. They're at more than plus 200 after 4 games. So at the top, the scores have not really gone down at all as we thought they might moderate a
well,
little
I'm
bit.
trying to.
You get an average per game if you did that. If you had the bottom there, you could get an average per game if you could figure that out.
That would be cool. In fact, I think I wonder if he had that one time. Something tells me we had that. But I'm looking to.
Gordon shaking his head a little bit after a flat 7. He adjusted from diving in and leaving
Yeah.
the split last frame, and then this one just didn't have enough
You do-
behind it.
It's when you come into that highlight issue.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a lot of times, it's done unconsciously.
You just don't want to make the same mistake twice in a row. So you over adjust.
Yeah. One more game after this, and then we will be done. And then
2 more tomorrow to fill out the rest of the 8-game qualifying, and starting a little earlier tomorrow, starting at
Yep.
9 a.m.
we will be on here about 8:50 or so, which means I have to get here 7:30ish, which means I have to leave home 6:30ish or so.
I probably will not be here at 7:30. No offense.
All right.
How long of a drive is it?
Are
for
you,
you
are
to
you
get
bringing
here?
the donuts?
Well, you know, I could
Are you
maybe
bringing
do
the
that.
donuts?
That's right. I have a really pretty cool donut shop about 90 seconds from my house.
The one that's on. It's on 29 and Frederick.
That's
That's right. That's right south of
The Hi Ho. It's
No.
it's right by the Hi Ho there.
the log cabin one hotel that
Do
I
you-
stay at.
Stony Creek.
Yeah, Stony Creek. I stay at
Okay,
Stony Creek.
okay, so there is one there.
Right on that corner.
mhm.
Good stuff.
There's several good locally owned donuts.
I love
places
locally
in
owned.
town.
The only commercial donut place I will go to is Daylight. That's that. I grew up on that. You knew it was going to be a good day on a Sunday morning
If you got a
when-
daylight donut.
when you woke up and Grandpa was coming back through the door with 2 boxes of Daylight donut glaze.
I'll show my age a little bit. Back when I was young, I was excited when my parents would go to the store on a Sunday morning, bring back Hinky Dinky donuts.
Never heard of them.
Hinky Dinky was a grocery store chain
Okay.
in Nebraska.
All right.
And
well,
so the old Hinky Dinky in Lincoln.
all right.
Just the glazed donuts from Hinky Dinky's. And it's just fun saying Hinky Dinky, much less
Well,
anything else.
A little hinky.
Hinky, Hinky.
They-
We'll be careful about how we say
You,
that.
you
too.
be careful on the
That's
subject
right.
matter
That's
that
right.
you're using it in. I'll even give you a trivia question.
Okay.
On a cripe, now I can't even remember the name of the movie. Bruce Willis when they went to the asteroid.
Yeah. And his daughter and
yeah.
all that. And I just saw it not too long ago.
Yeah,
How
I-
terrible. The
Anyway,
age is kicked in.
so he brings his group and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Bear, when it was getting a tattoo, and his mom brought him in donuts. Remember
Okay,
the donuts that she brought in?
No, I do not.
Daylight donuts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. I saw, Mom,
Oh, how
they got
fun.
Daylight Donuts in the movie. It's like awesome. Independence Day stuck in my head, and I know that's not
No,
it. So it's all. It'll come to me
How
out
about
of
Armageddon?
Armageddon. There you go. I even did
terrible.
that. I even
I
did
mean,
that
it's
with
so
Larry
easy.
Stepp this morning because someone there's a duck game behind us and they haven't turned off, but this duck game behind us quacks. Well,
Oh, with the claw. that
yeah,
goes
well, it
down.
has
Yep.
a claw, and evidently she picked up one. She goes, "This duck has a mohawk," and I'm like, "There was a movie with a duck that had a mohawk," and I'm
not-
like, I couldn't remember the name of the
Is it
movie.
Howard Duck?
Howard the Duck.
Oh my gosh!
You nailed
okay,
that
now
one.
I'll remember Howard the Duck, but not remember Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Where,
How
where are
bad
my
is-
priorities?
I know, and I was the same. I can't remember the name of the movie at all. So
Where-
I had to
wow.
I had to sit there and search, and it came up Howard the Duck. I'm like, oh my god. And then, but the problem was I kept having the song Disco Duck stuck in my head.
Oh no! Oh, oh!
Oh, tell me that doesn't age me a little
I was going to
bit.
say that I have flashbacks to roller skating.
But it was a
days
good
then.
song.
Oh yeah.
That was actually a good song. Then you could go back and get land blasted with Mickey, the gal that was Tony
Tony Basil.
Tony Basil.
See, once you get to 80s music, I will remember more of that.
Oh.
That was my decade.
Was that not the best?
I was a radio DJ for part of that
yeah.
decade and lived through
I was
all
the
of those
I was
songs.
the mid '80s.
That was 81 or 82. I want to say right in there.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out.
Because I was in high school then.
It. I have one regret that I was thinking in my head I was regretting because Toto was actually in Salina where I grew up at the Stiefel Tower, and I didn't get to go see him, and I regret that because that would have been awesome.
Talk about music that has lived on.
Oh, those guys are so good. But one of my biggest regrets when I was in radio and everything, lived in Wichita, and of course they had the PBA there I don't know how many times. And of course
That was a yearly stop. Yep.
ABC,
Chris
Bo
Schenkel.
Burton and Chris Schenkel. I cannot tell you why I never got a picture together
Oh
with those
no,
two.
boy!
Oh my God, I regret
What
that.
a keepsake that would be today.
Oh my God, that would have been the best.
I was on Saturday or early afternoons would be the matches live on TV, the stepladder finals, and every week they'd be somewhere. And what would first prize if it was like $7,000-$8,000? I was like, ooh, wow! They're playing for a whole bunch of money.
Darren Mead, I missed this. Darren Mead said, "Go guys! Miss Bowling had a stroke 5 months ago. I'm
Oh, my.
hoping to make it back someday. As of now, not looking like it. Thanks for the stream. Well, dude, get better
Oh, shoot.
soon.
Yeah.
Holy moly! You know,
First things first.
Oh yeah, take care of you. That's the first thing. I got to thinking one time if I wasn't bowling, I mean, people on my Facebook, it's either friends, family, bowling, and racing.
It becomes your extended family. That's for sure.
Well, and I've said it over and over again. This tournament is like a family.
You bet.
And, as we said, completing 10 years, I got to be thinking this is probably the 8th year.
You got involved very early.
Yeah.
In the
I remember
broadcast,
the
at
first
least.
time was in Fulton, trying to do one there, and for whatever reason it wasn't working. And I think the only time we were able to do the broadcast there, I think I might have recorded it and then downloaded it. Anyway, I'd have to see a video that I did because I did a pizza review of a place just being. I did it for a friend of mine because this place in Fulton, really good pizza. It was like a New York style pizza.
That does sound good.
So I basically did it for him. But I think that was the first year. So I'm guessing we've done this like 8 years. And this, to have the same group of guys bowl tournaments for so long.
They get to know each other very well, even though
and not have
they
any
live hours
issues.
apart.
Yeah.
They have come together for this monthly for years. They get to know each other pretty well. They have fun with each other, and you're right. They have developed a lot of friendships.
Zero issues, zero complaints.
And I know they appreciate
Well,
you
I'll
and
take
the
it-
broadcast
I'll
that you
take
do
that
every
back. There's been one that I know of, and that was taken care of. That took care of itself. Turn that one, whichever.
Got it.
I think I need to get some.
Yep, I'm good.
I think I need to get some new contacts on those. But to have basically no problems. That's a pretty good track record. And Tony Manna goes 256. So
That will keep him in the top three.
not sure. I think Phil Rice is down. Yep, Phil Rice is down there. I just see him throwing the ball now. So we'll have to see what what he does.
In the 8 lanes that we've covered, I see a 258, a 240. Not sure who that was that bowled those.
260. Brandon Leibel can sheet for 260.
Yep, here he is now in the 10th. First ball in the 10th. Working on 5 in a row and now 6.
I'll tell you what.
He's got it figured out.
Brandon Leibel, here's the thing I like about his game. He goes to Wichita for the Kansas State last year.
Mm-hmm.
Destroys it. And I'm not surprised. Seneca Lanes is a high scoring and fits his game to a T. But Brandon Leibel, when he's here, he can keep the ball in and just bump it off the friction. And he's really good at that. When he gets, and he has that ability just to be repetitive with it.
I'm not going to say he's a later bloomer in bowling, but really it's been the last 10 years that he has really kicked up his game since he, just in the last 10 years or so.
He's another one of those guys.
He got focused on it. He started taking it serious, really worked on his game, and look at the results. I used to be able to beat him, by the way. So that's where things have gone.
I'm not sure if I've been able to yet.
Our career tracks have gone opposite direction since then.
Are you saying that's why he's there and you're here?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
We would bowl in a singles. We would bowl in the league in St. Joe, a scratch league.
Oh, okay.
Against each other, and we would be matched up, match play against each other most of the time.
Stopped on him a little bit.
It was just
259.
Fill ball, so that's okay.
I'd take a 59 or 58.
58
Okay.
Pin, yeah.
My bad. Good enough.
But I could take him back then. I could take care of him pretty good.
Put the whooping on him.
I could. I could. But again, those days are long gone. And again, he has just gotten so focused on his bowling and the thought that he puts into it.
And Rafe Terry on 22, he has. I'm going to have to ask him what his axis is. I laid out a couple balls for a guy when we were in Reno that bowled with our group or whatever. And his axis was like 3 1/4 and 2 3/4 or 1 1/4. And everything he had was so close, and he didn't quite understand, even though someone has a pin placement here, that's not necessarily a pin placement you want for you.
Right.
Located on the ball.
Everybody throws it different.
And if you watch Rafe, he can get through the fronts, even, a lot of times when no one can, because his spin is so high. He has such a high axis and high tilt. But there's times you don't think that ball is going to do anything, and it will just crush. And he's always been.
Well,
he's always been like that.
Everybody laughs at my pin placement and axis and everything when they drill something up for me. I'm a full roller.
Right.
And left-handed beyond that, and so. They look at that thing and say, what in the world are you doing with that ball? How do you throw that?
Exactly. Yeah, I need to get some new...
We are wrapping up Game 5 here. It's gotten quiet here for the transition for the
we started
final game of the day.
We're going to be done within 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm
look
liking
at that.
this.
Yeah.
Well, plus it'll allow me to stop by and see if I can get me another long HDMI cord and coupler and be able to get to my grandson's football game today.
Everything's all fallen into place.
Well, and I'll tell you what, is it tonight they're talking about all this rain?
They are talking about some severe weather possibly
Okay,
this
tonight.
evening.
I was thinking last
More
night.
toward our north and west. I know Nebraska's really in a bullseye today and tomorrow. but we are still in that like orange level.
Well,
I
let's
want to
see.
say on the map.
Well,
oh, you're
I'm-
looking at the
I'm
radar
looking
right
at
now.
Channel 4, and
It is. There's still some sun out here
yeah,
in Gladstone, but they're projecting.
looks like everything's north. What Channel
yeah, it looks
4
like
looks
north and northwest. At least for today.
Yeah, there's some stuff northeast of us, and it's supposed to blow up. Yeah, I'm not worried.
Well, you've got all your fun stuff to do for the rest of the day. I think I get time to go home and mow. As long as it mow the yard, as long as it doesn't rain.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
my excitement.
If you're going to have someone mow for you, you make sure you know they know exactly what you want. I was gone. I was working late, wasn't able to get to it. Had someone mow my yard that did it before, so I didn't think I had to worry about it.
Has to be done the right way, though.
They ended up having someone else go and do it for them. As I said, a buddy for me went and did it. Scalped it.
Ugh.
Literally scalped it. My
Oh.
yard turned yellow.
Well, since my next door neighbor's not going to be listening to this broadcast, she's not a bowler. She got in her regular sized square front yard, not too big.
Yeah.
She got one of these big riding tractor lawnmowers,
Yeah.
just really wide.
Yeah, this guy was using one of those John
Okay.
Deere riding ones.
Well, her yard is flat, but then comes up a little hill as you come to mine.
Oh,
and so as you
Lord.
get to the end and try and turn that baby around on the side of the hill,
Got high centered?
well, just you want to talk about scalping.
Yeah.
I mean, it just took the whole side of the hill off.
Yeah.
Sorry, Annette, you're never going to hear this anyway.
Yeah. It happened to me. Plus, on top of that, I had clumps of grass all over the place that should have been raked.
Yep.
Never was.
Well, she learned pretty quick that she kind of, her eyes were bigger than her yard kind of thing. And she sold that baby within about 6-8 months.
She learned.
She did learn.
Give her that much. Yeah, I know how that goes.
I said, man, that lawnmower looks so good. It'd be
I
so
love
nice
mowing
to-
my yard.
I don't mind it as long as I've got it propelled. I'm not going to push.
I have
unless
a
it's
Ryobi.
self-propelled.
I have a Ryobi.
Okay.
I mean, there's times where a battery operated just works great.
They still sound funny.
Eh,
My neighbor has one of those.
I love it because I don't have to worry about the maintenance on the fuel and the oil. I just
Oh, yeah.
fold it up, boom, done. And I just try to get to it so it's short enough, and I got to get the blade sharpened. But I love doing it. But April and May is so hard to keep up with it because all the
it
rain.
grows so fast.
You have to do it once
It
a
still
week.
is growing fast. We've had plenty of rain down here that it's still just growing like crazy.
And I like doing it and busting the sweat a little bit.
Okay.
Feeling
Yep.
like I got to get
Yep.
a workout and everything.
Especially if you've been freezing in the cold all winter long.
Yeah. The bad thing is after I get done with that, I want to eat something hearty. Well, then I just put it right back on. So I've kind of defeated
Yeah.
the purpose. But, yeah, if you're going to have someone else mow for you,
Okay. Words of advice.
specific instructions. I only
Got
want
it.
it cut to this,
Yep.
and I don't want all the grass left on the yard. I want to make sure it's mulched. It was hard.
Meanwhile, we got bowling going on.
More bowling.
We're at game six. This is it for today. Again, nothing decided today. All 36 bowlers will be coming back tomorrow for 2 more games. It's a complete 8 games of qualifying, and then from there the cutting begins. First down to 24, where then bowlers will be grouped into 8 pods of 3 bowlers each to continue on to where we'll eventually get down to a 16 bowler tournament bracket and a single elimination bracket playoff.
Tomorrow's going to be fun.
It will be. It'll be fun to see how this plays out. And I think as you're in this bracket of 3, you will certainly be eyeing both other bowlers and say, which one of them can I beat?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I just need to beat one of them to continue on. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch how that plays out.
Kind of watching. And Brandon Leibel's, after going 59, starts in front 3. So I'm kind of watching Leibel with his 59. I didn't see what Scott Hergenrader did because they're down on the low end. Tony Manna goes
He had almost
56, I think.
right in there, yeah.
Phil Rice was down the low end, so kind of interesting to see how all that's going to. I think Rafe Terry may go down a little bit. He didn't finish in the 50s, but this is kind of the situations again. You're shooting 230. You're
And
feeling like you're losing pins.
You're in the middle of the pack.
Your par is now
exactly.
Your par is now gone from 200 to like 230, 235.
Used to bowl and just think, okay, what above 200 can I get?
Yeah.
Because 200 is not good, and so what above can I get to be mediocre or at least average or better? And now, again, like you said, that lower level, the floor is much, much higher just to try and be average in this group.
So I wish I had a highlighter with me. I'm kind of curious. So 20th is
20th is after 4 games with Steve Points.
Where's Steve? So I'm going to count the top 20. 2, 3, 4. In 4 games, the top 20, there's only been 4 sub 200 games.
Wow.
That's.
And I'm not going to say you would expect that because these are the best 36 bowlers of the year from the tour, but at the same time, you're not going to have your stuff all the time. You're not going to have your good stuff always, and so there's going to be a gap. And it really, when you're bowling this quickly, it only takes about a 10 or 15 minute snooze while you're bowling, and things can really fall apart. Hey, we've got some standings after 5 games now.
All right.
Let's see here. With the game that Tony Manna Jr. had in Game 5, he did move up to first place at plus 263 for 5 games. And so, again, that's well more than a 250 average for 5 games. Phil Rice in second. Brandon Leibel, as you mentioned, bowling well. He has moved up to third. Keith Schneider in fourth. Stephen Slocum in fifth. Rounding out the top 10, Mark Pettit, Martin Gordon, Don Hergenrader falling to 8th, Dustin Collins in 9th, John Schaefer in 10th.
What did you said Slocum was in?
Let's see, he's in 5th.
He's in 5th. He was
down there. He was in 14th, so he had a big game. He was at plus 126, and now he's at plus 204. So we had a 270 something.
Yeah, 270. Yeah.
Yep. So again, as we go down to,
I really don't know if the scores have gone down because
no, not at all.
Going into Game 5, you had 3 averaging over 250, and you had another 2. You had another 3 averaging 240 or higher.
Now you've got 2 at over 250 now. Brandon Leibel had 1 game at barely a 2-0, and he's at plus 221. So for his other 4 games, he's averaged 250. But if you look down to, again, it'll eventually be the top 24 who will advance. And so 24th now is Alan Chauvin, and he is at plus 82. And so with 5 games, that's about 215, in between 215 and 220. But again, it will not be decided today. They'll have 2 more games of qualifying tomorrow to add to these scores and to try and make some final maneuvering before getting reseeded for advancing on.
Something here. You know what I've done?
What did you do?
What I think I've done. Yep, that's what I thought. There we go.
Brandon has always drop the ball or set the ball on the lane so smoothly you can barely hear it. Most of the time he's on 24 now. He just had a strike.
What I did was, where's it at? Come on. And what I've done was, there we go. Oh, I had these two at a different spot, and when I was covering up the banner for the sponsors and everything when I went to that camera. So,
just in thinking about the reformatting, you're giving a lot more people a lot more of a chance. In that, again, instead of cutting from 36 down to 8, as you would in the other format, you're getting from 36 to 24, and then from 24 to 16, and so again, it's a slower cutoff, and giving again more bowlers more of a chance to maneuver themselves into what eventually will be now 16. 16 ultimately for the final bracket.
and it's going to be kind of interesting to find out of those 16,
well, how those matchups play against each
many,
other.
how many of those were in the top 16 during qualifying?
Right.
How many are going to take advantage of
Not get dropped
not,
off.
not bowling the best today, but taking advantage of it tomorrow?
You bet.
Not being the last in their pod. So taking a look at, I'm trying to, and we can't see what Tony's doing, but he has a, he has a
Plus
9-pin lead
263.
over Rice and a 42-pin lead over Libel. So basically it's going to be Mana and Rice 1-2.
Getting through today.
Yeah.
Unless one of them totally falls off, but
In fact, if you want to run down there and
Sure.
see what Rice and Mana have started off with.
I can do that.
I think Mana's on 9 and 10, so that would put Rice. Actually, you can take that with you and just kind of talk a little bit.
I won't be able to hear you, so if I
I'll-
interrupt you, I apologize.
I'll shut up when you talk. But yeah, Rice, I believe, is on 13 and 14 now.
All right, flying a little down here, and I come down and see Tony Mana, and he had left a, it looks like a 210, or actually it was an 8 that he left and up there. He had the front 4 before then, so he's at 126 in the 6th. So his string was stopped by that rude split. Let's see where Tony Rice is here.
So Tony can go 240 for his max.
Here we go. Found him. He is on lane 13 right now. And trying to read those scores as we've been trying to talk about the screens today, and a little rough to read. But he is in the 5th frame right now. And it looks like he has 39 in the 2nd with a double. So he's bowling here in the 5th.
So he's just getting started.
So mostly smooth sailing for him, though he comes up a little high and leaves the 7-10. I think I jinxed him.
There
I'm
you go.
coming
Nice
back
shot.
down.
Announcers
So in the
change.
short
What else
time
is
I'm
gonna
down there,
happen?
we see 2 big splits.
You had to do the announcers.
I think they
jinx.
kicked me back down here.
Yeah, they just kicked you out of play. So Tony can sheet for 240. Trying to see where he's at. And Rice just getting started on 13 and 14.
Well,
Brandon Leibel in 3rd just went split and went 9 out. Or actually went 8 out. So he can go 240.
So maybe that transition we were talking about that really had not appeared very much is finally coming up here for Game 6 today.
Well, and as by the numbers, we're pretty much in like Game 5. For the if you have 5 man that we've normally been doing for 7 games.
Now you've got 4 bowlers on each pair.
So by the time you get done with this, you're going to have 24 games. And with the 6 games having 5,
This would be like the 3rd, 4th game of if
you'd have 30. So you're
regular tournament.
you're about halfway through Game 5, and they're going to be done with 6 by the time they get done. So usually when you have the 5 man, Game 6 or 7, when they start doing that next
starts getting a little tricky.
transition, and
Yeah.
you have to, depending on what you're wanting to throw, there's going to be friction, right? You just have to decide if you want to bump against it or if you want to just throw to it and wheel it back.
Well, I don't think they're letting me go down to the other end of the house for the rest of the game here.
Both of them went, yeah, you're out of here.
Two big splits.
Well, you left and
then
Brandon
left
went
one
split,
too.
So
And he cleans it up
he's
with the
back
strike
now.
there.
He
Back on it.
strikes. Watch this. Hey, Brandon. Brandon. I can tell you why you split. I can tell you why you split. Because this guy went
buddy.
down there to check out Manna and Rice, and they both split. And he got up and left, and as soon as he comes back, you strike. Blame it on that guy.
All 3 splits, all within about 45 seconds of each other.
Have the front 10, and Dan comes down to take a video. I guarantee you're not going to strike.
No
it.
chance. No
Somebody
chance
else's
after
videos are
that.
Good, but not Dan.
I'll remember. I'll have to go ahead and take the video, and then
That's right. Line up the
send it over
shot.
to him.
Line up the shot.
Let's see, what do we got here?
I do not see
On
any
20,
really long strings of
20
strikes.
have 280.
Well, there's one there. There's one, yes.
280 and 279. So Siobhan can go 279. He's working on a 3-bagger spare double. I think it might be Danny. Danny Bradley. You have to wait for a second.
Did not come up. Even the 2-8. Anna missed.
Ooh, John
7
Shaw
pin.
with the whiff. And I do have to say one thing about Gladstone. I am really, really happy they were able to update their internet.
Oh, that makes a
Because
huge difference.
they-
Here, you've got some bandwidth going on here.
There was a few years I'd have to run off my phone,
Ooh, another open.
and my phone would have to be over there by the door.
I bet to try and So
Yeah, so
with
greatly
them-
appreciated.
with the only 4 on a pair instead of 5, their pacing is a little quicker. That's not going to affect anybody, is it?
No, I think
They are bowling a little faster.
four's pretty good. I mean, if you're throwing a lot of strikes, then your pace is going to be even a little bit quicker.
Right.
But I think doing the 4 allows you to, take a quick break. But when you get up, you stay loose. You're not waiting as long as you have 6.
I'd rather bowl faster than slower, usually.
When I practice fast. It's hard for me to pace myself.
Same with me. Yeah.
But at the same time, if I get in a match play or something, and I know I'm bowling someone that likes to take a lot of time, I can do either one.
Sure.
As soon as they're done, I'm up there throwing
Ready
the
to
ball.
go. Ready
and
to
I
go.
can sit there
Put
and
it,
rush them
put
a
it
little
back
bit.
on them.
Yeah. And it does. You can slow down on me. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because I need to be slowed down anyway. So you're
Need
not
a little
hurting
bit of
me.
it.
any.
You're helping me. I will ring
rival with a ring 10.
So if
Guess you can't blame that one on you.
not this time. So where does that put him? 181 in the 8th, a strike
Can't
in the
go
9th,
20.
so 221.
Do you dare check on what Mana's
Oh,
doing? I guess
well,
it's not going to matter. Mana's going
It's
to go
almost,
ahead.
yeah, it's going to happen either way. We're almost done.
Like
I'll
it's
take one
gonna-
peek down
I like
here.
it's going to happen either way. And yep, it's Danny Bradley.
Well, here we go with Phil Rice. He is up on lane 14th in the 8th, and he's struggling a little bit. 115 in the 6th with a spare up in the 7th, so he can strike out for 30, 60, 90, 225, but he'll need at least 5 strikes in a row to get there. So he's at 115 in the 6th with a spare up. That's Phil Rice.
Well, and Danny Bradley strikes again. He's setting 11th at 175. He's going to go. If he
And
sheets,
he gets out of a big split on a really fluff shot, leaving just one pin. That saved him an open right there.
so it looks like we maybe top 3 will be staying. I'm not sure what Doug Hergenrader's doing. Trying to see where he's at. I know he's down there.
Down here on 9 and 10, and it looks like Tony Manna Jr. will be coming up in the 10th frame. He has 146 in the 7th with a double, so he can strike out for a 236.
So Brandon Leibel finishes 21. I'm not sure who had 42.
So that is how your leader's doing right now.
Kind of looks like everything's going to stay about the same. You didn't have, I was talking to Dan. You didn't see what Hergenrader was doing, did you?
I did not. But if they are going to be in the 230s, I guess we're calling that par.
Yeah.
Though for them, that's almost a bogey because they had been averaging 250
Yeah.
for their first 5 games.
Missed that chip shot out of the sand trap.
Phil Rice does
so
get
I
a
guess
spare.
a sub 200 to be like a
Ooh, that,
shot in the pond.
I think that'd be one of what they call it an other on the official score.
Other.
Other. There's the bogey, double bogey, and then other. And so Brandon.
To me, I think I would just blacken that
Yeah.
whole square up.
So Brandon finished up with a. Let's see.
Oh, Sam. That was
Yeah,
vicious.
Sam struggled today. He's not
That
had
was
fun at all
vicious.
today. He'll be happy to be done with today.
Well, Danny Bradley looks like he's going to be able to go 280 if he sheets. That's going to put him about 250 over. So Leibel went 21, so I was going to say about 42. So Leibel could actually get rounded by Bradley because that would give him 55. Actually, I don't think Phil's going to go sub 200, but
No. They'll be in the 2 teens to 230
he'll be in
range.
the top 5.
And so tomorrow for those final 2 games, they'll just be looking at seeding as much as anything else for the pod play.
And Danny Bradley's been throwing the ball really, really well lately.
Okay, take care. Drive safe back.
As he won at Lawrence and one at, I think it was Lee Summit. Won the last tournament, so he's come on late. He didn't bowl I don't think he threw the whole season.
Well, let's see. We've got the total number of tournaments that each of them entered right there.
He bowled 6. I think he went up to Omaha, so that's 4.
And
To a
only
couple
bowling
others.
6 and still scoring as many points as he did well
Yeah.
in those he entered.
In fact, he's the lowest number of tournaments bowled.
Of the top 36, you're
Yep.
right. Things starting to settle down a little bit as more of the bowlers are finishing up their last game. Good bowling, Brandon. Good bowling. Do you still feel like you have more to go bowling 6 instead of 8 today?
Yeah, I did. Well, we was in starting game 5, and I was like, is this game 5 or is this game 6?
So you're almost done already.
Well, I thought we was.
Right.
Like, no, we're just starting 5. But
Yeah, Danny Bradley's going to move up into the top 3. He's going to go around Brandon Leibel. He'll go 280 on the strike. Like I said, Danny's been throwing the ball really, and it's kind of strange. I mean, Danny plays one way. He rips it, he gets it through the fronts, and just finds a spot down lane. That's just what he does. Then he just over torqued that one.
That was
So
yeah.
279. So 279 for Danny is going to get him 70, 40, 54.
254 for 6
So
games.
That'll put him about 10 pins, about 10 pins ahead of Leibel. So we'll have to see what the other ones end up doing. So real quick, refreshing what's going to happen tomorrow.
Everybody comes back in the morning.
9 o'clock,
All 36.
12 pods.
Well,
of 3
before
bowlers.
we got to get through the other 2 games first.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We're going to
Oh,
have
right.
12 3-man pods starting at 9, and everyone's going to bowl 2 games. Low man is out. So that's going to eliminate 12, and we'll be down to 24. Everyone's going to get reseeded, and then there's going to have 8 3-man pods, bowl 1 game. Low man out of those 8, and that's going to leave you with 16. Those 16 are going to go into bracket play, and we'll just show you what the bracket's going to look like. And then we will fill that bracket out, and you can see the lane assignments and everything. And then we'll just get man on man after 3 games of match play for 1 game. And winner, I think, gets $1,750.
I did not hear the prize
Yeah,
total.
it's down a
Is
little
that
bit.
here? Well,
Yep.
there we go.
There you go.
First place, $1,750. Second, an even 1,000. Third and fourth place, $750 each. 5th through 8th, $400 each. And then those other top 16 qualifiers who make it to the bracket, 9th through 16th, each gets
That's not bad for
$200 each for just getting there.
Yeah,
Right.
not even have to pay for the tournament.
No, no,
That's-
not at all. This is all gravy. We
This is
call
all
it gravy.
sponsorship. And that's why we thank the sponsors.
Well, it will be fun to see how this plays out tomorrow as they get the pod system set up and see who falls into each pod and who will be facing each other. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. So we're going to take, well, they should be just about done. So you take a quick time out and play a little bit of music, and we will wait for the rest of them to get done.
We get the final scores and
And
then
we'll-
the final seeding, I guess.
Yep, we'll get those
And then
find
we'll-
out who's doing what.
See how long it takes them to put the pods together.
And it won't be too long.
I think
And
they'll probably use the snake system, 1 through 8,
Yep.
and then back 9, 10, 11, 12, and then back.
Yep, that's what they're going to do. So we'll take a quick time out. We'll get the standings after the 6 games and tell you where everyone's going to seed. And we'll be back in a few minutes at Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri. brought to you by Gladstone Bowl, the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour with video broadcast brought to you by Anderson Automotive. We'll be back in a few minutes. Ryan Ragel back with you at Gladstone Bowl in Gladstone, Missouri. 6 games are completed, and the 36 will come back tomorrow. And as we said, at 9 o'clock, they'll have 8 pods of 3. Each pod will bowl 2 games, low man out, reseed to 8 pods of 3, bowl 1 game, odd man out. Those 16 left will be seeded. And I forgot to ask Dan, in fact, I'll find out real quick, reseeded through their qualifying here.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
guess
ask
that was
them
the
real quick.
question, wasn't it? As far as how they will be reseeded from when they go from 24 down to 16. Will it be just the
Yeah,
couple
they're
of
all-
games that they bowl tomorrow, or will any of today's bowling be part of that as well? Or
Yeah,
it may be just the 2 games and
they'll-
just go off the high scores from
They'll
the 2 games.
reseed after, due to the qualifying. Well, with the qualifying of the 6, they'll be reseeded from the 6-game qualifying into the new pods.
So these results
you're-
will play a part in,
Yeah.
in seeding for the
yeah,
second potting.
and then when you go into the bracket to the 16, so if you're number 1 seed, you're going to be number 1 seed through round 1, 2, 3, as long as you
Okay.
make it through. So, and we're going to go ahead and end this. Dan's,
It'll take a
All right,
while to
see you
get all
tomorrow,
that
man.
figured out.
yeah, and they'll get everything done. Just take a look at the Facebook page, and I should have gotten this posted on it, and I didn't, so that's on me. But Dan will have the final standings. Pods won't be.
We'll come back fresh. They'll all be in their pods.
Yep.
We can look
Little
at it before they
incubator
get
pods.
going. Yeah, that's right. And
I think I hear pods, and I think aliens. The
but
movie.
you know, for someone that did not bowl well today, boy, we want to talk about a fresh start tomorrow.
if you're, that's when you come and go. The day's done. Tomorrow's going to be different conditions and stuff. So that's the good news.
And then for as well as you bowled today, it only takes a couple of frames slip up in a row, and that could be it.
You could get through. You could get through the first round, be okay, and then you got one game.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't want that one
That
hiccup
one
game to be
game.
on that round.
Well, for instance, Brandon Liable today had 5 incredible games and one that was barely a 200. If that happens tomorrow, then that's it. No
Yeah, it
matter
could
how
be
well
that one.
you bowl the rest of them.
Yeah, so it'll be definitely interesting on what'll happen. I'm gonna go get some more cords, see if I can get all this figured out on how we're gonna do this. We may.
Be spread out
It-
over
it-
quite a number of lanes.
It may be hard to see lanes 7 and 8, and if it is, it just is. And then we'll try to make sure we get it back and forth. I just got to get a cord on.
We want to make sure that we do have good line of sight for the semifinals and
Yeah.
the finals for sure.
And we'll
so
definitely have
you
that.
bet.
They'll be on 15, 16, 17, 18. There's the rail split, support beam split between those two. And then everything will be on 19 and 20. So we'll get all that situated. So, Alan, good to have you back,
Hey,
man.
it's been fun.
Yeah,
Been
it
a
is.
fun day.
Oh, it
enjoyed,
is.
Enjoyed this afternoon.
Good discussion.
Well,
We
at
covered
least
a vast round
we
of
covered
topics.
we filled the time.
We did. Hey, like I told Larry. How do I? How
Names skip me.
How does
so
Larry's
often.
last name? Just
I'm not
Larry
sure.
Stepp.
Okay.
I kept wanting to go on Schmidt because I have a Larry Schmidt friend. Anyway. But yeah, like I told Larry, I'm going. Someone else has got to be on there with me. I don't want to hear me talk through the whole thing. I know everyone else doesn't want to
Well,
hear me do all the
trying to
talking.
do a full broadcast by yourself, no matter what it is,
You know what's
is
worse?
really hard.
You know what's worse? Well, you
Finals.
know what? He gets it to us anyway. Tony Manna, number 1, 277 over. Phil Rice, 267
You said
over.
Danny Bradley would
Bradley,
move up. Yeah.
254. Steve Slocum comes up 251. Brandon Leibel in 5th at 242. Keith Schneider at 218. Doug Hergenrader at 217. 201 is Mark Pettit at 201. John Schaefer at 184. In the top 10 is Martin Gordon at 171. So scores kind of kept going a little bit
They did.
because this is game 6, so you'd have one more to go. So figure 50 on the average. You're looking 320.
If you look at the top 10, Martin Gordon finishing 10th with 171 up after 6 games. That's almost 30 a game. So almost 230.
You got Steve Points down there throwing a few extras. something he wanted. So where did Steve?
Well, he was at 28th.
Well,
he
like
he
I
was
said,
not
yeah,
very happy.
That explains
today.
it.
Yep.
He's going down there. You're going,
Working
okay,
on it a little bit.
something's not working out. I need to work on a few things, and that's what you do. So,
And
kinda interesting
so
to
even
see.
if you bowled amongst the lower of the 36 today, again, you've got an equal chance once you get tomorrow. Just get
Yeah.
out of your pod at 3.
well, and your transition is going to be totally different tomorrow. That's going to be the interesting thing to find out and to see
We
how
will
that
want to
works.
save this sheet.
Yep,
of-
we're going to save all
we'll
that
save
stuff,
them
and
all,
we'll get the game by
actually.
game.
Yep.
We'll get the game by game. Can I help you, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Swagoo?
Whatever, dude.
What do you think about the? You were
Third.
Third.
Okay, that's good.
Not so bad.
I
Not
was
too
working-
shabby.
I was working hard.
Did you throw the transformer all day?
I threw it all day except 2 games. I shot 220, 228, 225 with the Ion Max Pearl, and it was 2 skid flippy, so I went back to the transformer.
I think I saw you throw the ion a little bit.
Yep, and I switched back to transformer. I was like, I'm gonna dance with the one I brought.
Hey, you got to keep her happy,
That's
right?
right, man. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning.
Good luck tomorrow, man. Danny
All right.
Bradley stopping by. I figured he was. As soon as he goes 79, I'm like, well, he's always up there. And I'll tell you what, he could. I would ride that horse.
Mm-hmm.
The way he's been bowling, and you're not going to have the big transition, everything. I think he can. I'm not even going to call him a sleeper. He's been too dangerous.
Well,
He
you
won the
qualify
last
third.
tournament, so
Today.
yeah.
Sure.
Danny could be the one, but transition's going to be totally different, and
Tomorrow is a new day.
it is. So
All right.
we're going to kick this off, and you're bringing the donuts tomorrow.
I'll stop
I'm
by.
delegating
I
you
will.
for the
But-
donuts.
well, I would, except I'm probably sure they don't allow outside food inside the building.
We'll work something
Oh,
out.
okay. I
Yeah,
tried
I know
getting out
you're
of
not
it.
going to be here at
I will not be here at 6:30 or 7 or 7:30.
9.
Well, we start at 9, so
7-ish.
I'll sneak in at maybe 8:45.
7:30.
Okay.
About 7:30, I'll be here, and I'll figure out the chords and stuff. So I may be here a little bit early. I got to find out. So
They will have the coffee going.
been fun. We'll do it
Yeah.
again tomorrow. All
Do it again.
36 will come back.
Excited to see how this turns out with the great
Thi-
bowling there was today.
this
We
could
had
be a good one.
300, 299, and many 279s
Yep.
and
It'll be
78s.
fun.
So
So for Adam, I'm Ryan. Thanks
or
for
Alan,
joining us.
Alan too.
Alan, God dang it! I told you my best friend's name's Adam.
Yeah,
I got good friends. Last name's Alan. That's how I remember. And I just it
Adam
just
and
went
Alan will be here tomorrow.
Who's I keep thinking Adamant.
Oh boy,
Sorry,
you want to talk? Well, we were talking 80s music earlier, so there you go.
I won't let it happen tomorrow.
All righty,
So for AVZ,
there you
how
go.
about
Can't
that?
forget that.
I'm Ryan Ragland. We'll be back tomorrow about 8:50 for the Northwest Missouri Senior Bowlers Tour here at Gladstone Bowl, and we'll be back with the Invitational tomorrow.